uh, anyway, though. Anyway, though. Who was that? They used to be like, so, anyway, though. This is Cat Stocks. Where Cat Stacks at? This is Cat Stocks. All these hoes better pay homage to Cat Stacks. She the one taught y'all how to be ratchet. Do it for the gram. Do it for the internet. Do it for World Star. Anyway, oh no, that was talking about is these kids. Like, I feel like left to their own devices, some of these kids are going to, obviously, it's the hard way, but they're going to learn a lot about life, just through trial and error without people coddling them and holding their hand and doing everything for them and making every decision for them. And they're not all going to succeed, but they're not all going to fail either. And I just think it's hella hypocritical for people like Charlamagne, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy, who have done nothing but perpetuate and entertain bullshit on the radio for the past however many years, to get holier than thou when Tekashi shows up and they're calling the pastor to pray for him and all this other type of stuff. Like, but what? Since when do you have a pastor come on your radio show to pray for? Like, that's, first of all, that's rude. I just took it like they're playing. Like, don't play with people's religion. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and act as if any of y'all is Christian like that, because you're not. And then on top of that, you didn't have nobody pray for Rick Ross. You didn't have nobody pray for Nipsey Hussle and them. You want to talk about, well, I just felt like it was hypocritical. Like, it's they kept telling this kid, like, what you're saying, that's going to get you hurt. It's going to get you killed. It's going to get you this and that. And it's like, clearly you feel like you could tell him that because he's 21. Because clearly you have people come on your radio show who don't do nothing but talk about murder and kill on their records and get on the internet and do a bunch of, online banging that they're not going to do in real life. And then they come up on your show and you don't say anything to them. So then, why, you understand what I'm saying? Like, why is Charlamagne trying to pretend like he's Dr. Phil? Like, no, sir. All you have done is perpetuate bullshit. That's all you've ever done. So this kid that y'all feel like you're bigger than, all of a sudden it's like, well, he's kind of on the small side and he's young. So yeah, we're so mature, we know more than him. But then every other day, it's just bullshit and bullshit on your show. Like, y'all have nothing but reality stars, thoughts, these ignorant ass rappers. And then when you do want to be calling yourself conscious, you call Professor Clueless. What's his name? The Pan African Prince of Cluelessness. And polite and ass hats like that. You'll entertain them, not no real scholars, not no real scholarship, not some authors or something. You don't have Dr. Claude Anderson or somebody up there. Ain't not no damn Boyce Watkins and them clowns, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like Charlamagne's a hypocrite. We know Angela Yee is a dingbat. She has no life experience. She's never been anywhere. She doesn't know anything. Her answer to everything is, well, I don't know. I know you don't know, baby. I don't even know why you sitting there. I don't even know why your ass is sitting there. Susie said, yes, thank you for articulating that. I felt the exact same way. Why did they pick him out as being bad and terrible after they entertain all these other rappers that are 100 times worse? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Umar. Professor Clueless. He just gets on there and he makes up shit. Tekashi wasn't taken. Oh, wait. First of all, I love all of y'all for the fact that you had time for that ratchetness. Because I was really like, these sophisticated people did not sit there and watch that interview this weekend And y'all did. See, that's why I love y'all. That is why I love y'all. Okay. OJ said religion is for the weak minded who need guidance through life. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Malik said, I'm starting to think Charlemagne and DJ Envy are suspect. Well, we know. Mm. Have you seen the Choke No Joke? I get Choke No Joke and Chill No Gill mixed up. Choke No Joke, who was like a videographer back in the Rockaware days or whatever. But he has an interview on Doggy Diamonds where he says that like he's seen Charlemagne get a text from the producer or something like, I can't wait to, I don't even want to repeat it because it was so nasty. Look at that. Takashi was, oh, I read that already. Oh, Chuck, no joke. Okay, Darrell, you seen it. See, y'all be on the same little dark crevices of the internet that I do. Angela has Atlantic ties, so she won't say anything to take anybody off. But the thing is, why is she there? Why is she there? What has she done? Nothing. On the number one market, like stop it. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on her. Charlemagne couldn't play the race card on him, so he went to the next option. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then to be like, I don't know. I just feel like it's hella hypocritical, and they do it to all of them. And even like me and my husband was talking about this because, you know, we all have an affinity for the old school hip hop. Like Lil Yachty went on Hot 96 or something, and he was like, I don't want to rap on that old ass beat, talking about um, they tried to put him on that Biggie Smalls beat. But I'm like, for that what was that, In Tune Day? You know very well. I'm like, it is an old beat. The damn beat is from the 70s. Puff Daddy and them stole the beat in the 90s. The beat was from the 70s. This is the 2000s and damn near 2020. This kid is supposed to rap on some shit from the 70s? That's not even a hip hop beat. If he say he don't want to rap on it, he ain't got to rap on it. It is old. It's old. I like old because it's nostalgic. I happen to like it, but it's still old, you know? And then speaking of Biggie Smalls, the way we have lionized Big and Tupac, the way that the two of them, don't even get me started, okay? The way that the two of them have become martyrs for hip hop. Biggie Smalls' first album was Ready to Die. His next album, Life After Death. That's all they talked about. And so, and as far as he is the Higglytown hero of New York City. So you sound crazy sitting here telling this child here, well, you can't talk about this and you can't talk about that because, you know, this and that is going to happen to you. But then you worship the rappers who started this whole self-deprecating genre of rap to begin with. Now, I don't believe either one of them was that prophetic. I'm from the school of thought that this shit was all, once again, a planned psyop. And I love that All Eyes on Me album. I love the All Eyes on Me album, but the facts is the facts. The facts is that Tupac got out of jail and told everybody that it wasn't no Illuminati. That is the facts. And the lie detector determined that that was a lie. But we can have a whole Tupac and Biggie. You know, I like Tupac's music. I even enjoyed the movie. However, I think them brothers was agents too, are currently somewhere agents. I got family that owns a funeral home in Vegas, and the way that it works here in Las Vegas is if somebody dies, the coroner takes turns, like the funeral homes take turns with who's going to get the body. Okay, so that everybody gets business, I guess. And they all talk amongst each other. Tupac's body never went to any of these funeral homes in Las Vegas, according to the funeral home directors. But that's a whole nother story. Tekashi is an indigo child, very much so. And you can tell when he talks, like, the music part, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I can get into that music because I really can't. nor can I relate to what they're talking about. But I don't see the difference between what Tekashi is doing and what Nipsey Hussle is doing, except for the fact that Nipsey Hussle's ass is my age and Tekashi's ass has been grown for 6 months. And the other part I don't like is all these celebrities got all these Illuminati jackets on them. Y'all don't press them about none of that. But then you're going to sit here and perpetuate this, oh, he's a child molester thing, when you know damn well that little boy is not no damn child molester. He told you what happened. Some little girl came up missing, and they pulled in everybody that had last been seen with her and started threatening them with charges, which is what the police do all the time. Sure. Yeah, what y'all know about him too, man? And the track is classic, but it's old. So if the baby that's 18 years old, he wasn't even alive when Biggie Smalls did the remix, if he say I don't want to rap on that, I want to rap on something else, that's it. Stop looking for every little thing to come at these kids with, because y'all are okay. Here's my overarching point, and we can move on. Whatever is wrong with these kids, Charlemagne, DJ Envy, Ebro, emo hair all over your face, it's your fault. Guess why they gang banging? The game, bitch ass, bitch ass. Let me tell you about the. First of all, unlike the rest of these, I'm from Los Angeles. The game ain't gonna do shit. Okay, they're not gonna do nothing. Then they like, oh, Tekashi, he's little. YG little. He little. Okay, I stood right on stage with him. Didn't even know. I thought that he was karaoke. I'm at the club to see Faith Evans. Okay. So somebody at my table was like, you want to meet Dougie Fresh? I'm like, sure. I don't give a shit about Dougie Fresh, but who cares, right? He's still Dougie Fresh. So I'm up there and shake his hand and, da-da-da-da. And then this beat start and this kid pick up this microphone. Child, I thought he was doing karaoke. It must have been halfway through the song while I'm on the stage. I turned around, I said, wait, is this his song? Yeah, that's YG. This is how uninteresting looking, I mean, certain people like Snoop Dogg in person. Snoop Dogg like has a radiation, like a glow, a magnetism. Like some people have that. It's just like a star quality that's coming out of their pores. Love him or hate him, right? Granted, he damn near 7 feet tall, but I'm just saying Snoop looks like famous. YG don't look no damn. I mean, it's nothing special about him. And it's like, these are not real gangsters. These are pop stars. All the real gangsters went to jail in the 90s. There is no real gangsters out here. That's why they're able to get on the TV and get on the internet and do all this telling and snitching that they couldn't do before. Since when could you be such a gangster, but you on here gang banging and threatening people and talking about what you gonna do? That's not real. That's that internet gang banging shit. So I don't see. So how like the game? If the game ain't the pot calling the kettle black, you are 40 something years old. You got kids. Get the game. Kids is probably, it's like, what are they? Middle school age. And you out here starting shit with some 21 year old and trying to see who else you can get involved because you hope somebody hurts him when he come to LA. Whole time your family been giving you is the reason you got a pass. That boy, the game ain't put no work in. He ain't putting no work. And quiet as it's kept, half of y'all can't even go back to your hood. Nipsey can go to his hood because his hood is not active. It's not now, nor has it never been. No real gangsters on Crenshaw and Slauson. The fuck? This is why I'm so over it. But then they quick to tell these other kids, oh, you know, all that fake gang banging, da, 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 da. Let's just say it's an act so he can get followers or whatever. What would be the difference between that and what y'all are doing? So I need all of them to sit down and be quiet. You know what I mean? Stop. Why are they acting like they're concerned parents? If these kids is out here still gang banging in damn near 2020, it's the game's fault. It's Snoop Dogg's fault. It's all you grown ass, old ass men who don't have nothing else to talk about. It's your fault. And Snoop looked like he's sick or something's wrong with him. That's why he out here all of a sudden want to put out a gospel album so he can get right. It might be too late, boo boo. Darrell said the game a joke. The game is really a joke. Darrell, who gonna do something to him? Here's the other thing. If you go to Hollywood, if you go to LA to perform, right? He might go to Hollywood. It's a place to perform in Hollywood. You could perform in Anaheim. There's no performance venue in Compton. And niggas in Compton don't leave Compton. They don't even leave the neighborhood. Okay? I'm from the east side, where it's kids on my block who would be like, I've never been to the beach. They had never been to the beach 20 minutes away, and they had never been. When you in LA, especially the gang members are very particular about where they go. So for example, only the LA people gonna know, okay? But if you're from LA, you gonna know, say you giving your cousin a ride, right? Your cousin is gang affiliated. Because as far as I'm concerned, you want to talk about carrying a gun, 90% of them ain't got no gun, ain't shot one, ain't getting ready to, okay? You giving your cousin a ride, your cousin be like, I can't go down this street, I can't go that street. I can't go there. That's the enemy hood, that's enemy hood, that's enemy hood. That's what they say, right? So you cannot get from one side of the town to the other because you have to go through too many enemy hoods. Those is real gangbangers because they didn't do shit they don't have no business doing and somebody is looking for them. Now, all of them need to stop the gangbanging bullshit anyway because it's stupid and it's old and it's tired and the CIA done set y'all ass up and that's why the Bloods is putting up the same hand sign that the Illuminati putting up, the same hand sign the Kappa Alpha Psi putting up. It's all the same damn symbol. Okay? Because the government didn't start all of that shit. Right when they got done with their little Black Panthers project, and the next was you gangbangers. So all of them need to cut it out. But I'm just saying, but ain't no real gangbangers is worried about this pop shit. And so when they get on the internet and do all of this rah-rah shish ba and make it look like LA is just so active and so gang affiliated and just so popping like that. And it's not. And then furthermore, this is what I really want to know, gang. Can you tell me how you let them illegal Mexicans come take over your town and shoot up y'all neighborhoods and run y'all out of y'all shit there since you're so gangster? Because it ain't really no Crips it ain't even no Crips really in Compton like that. It ain't like you got no end, like you was busy with the enemies. Why you let the illegals come in to take over your neighborhoods and kick your grandma and them out their damn house and shoot up the block and all that type of shit? Since you so gangster. This is why it don't make no sense. Kristen said these new kids having butt sex, men dressing feminine. They got kids telling adults what's what. The world is upside down. No, they really are. The world really is upside down. But I just thought that was so hypocritical. And then I'm just seeing old man after old man after old man hop on the internet coming after this 21-year-old kid knowing damn well they all on papers and can't do nothing. And they on papers for child support and jaywalking. Not because they even did. Shit, please don't get me started. Just don't. If there's one thing that gets on my nerves, is gangbangers. It's irritating as hell. Oof. My dad lived off La Brea and Slauson. A lot of Black people haven't been out of their neighborhoods. No, it's true. And La Brea and Slauson, that's even better than Crenshaw and Slauson. You have better luck finding some gang activity in Inglewood. That's about the only place on the west side. Shit. My daddy live up in the hills over there. I said, why you letting them niggas run down the damn property value? Fucking up my inheritance. Get your ass out the street. I got stake in this, okay? Get out the street acting like it's gangbangers that live over here because you affecting my inheritance and I don't want my damn property value going down because everybody think it's gangbangers going on as you record music at your mommy and daddy's house. The rail said it's all about rituals, demons, and butt pirates. Okay, y'all. So my husband got me watching He got me watching this series on Showtime called oh God, what is it called? So I can tell you this joke. We watched that shit all day yesterday. I can't tell you this called. Oh yeah. Da Vinci's Demons. Okay, so we watched Da Vinci's Demons, and it's about Leonardo da Vinci, and he gets accused. The church accuses him of sodomy, right? And so one of the dudes, what do you call? He called him oh God, was it a dookie puncher? A dookie. Called him a dookie stabber. Damn it! I had to pause it. I was in here laughing so hard. A dookie stabber. What's a dookie stabber? Oh, I can't take it. I just started. I'm on like episode 5. This after our Harry Potter marathon. What's up, Wolf? For whatever reason, y'all, I had never really paid attention to Harry Potter, but I watched it all weekend, and my conclusion was, oh, Hillary Clinton is Bellatrix. So now I'm on Da Vinci's Demons. Malik said, I'm dying to hear that separate live stream about Tupac and Biggie. I feel like I feel like it requires a real conversation. Susie said, people acting like Pac and Big, like they can never do any wrong. I mean, granted, they didn't even make it to 25. You know, imagine the evolution of what they would have been talking about now. But then again, I look at Snoop Dogg, and he's just as immature now as he was back then. So it's just, who knows? Lynette said, looking back, knowing what I know now, it's like all major events were probably a psyop. That's what I think. I'm at the point now where I think everything's fake. Darrell said, I wasn't the biggest Pac fan, but who's to say he's even dead? I don't believe he's dead at all. I don't. Yeah, they worship Tupac. It's ridiculous. Kristen said that Juicy Fruit trap is a classic. That kid is tripping. I'm just saying, like, I know, like, with the younger kids, because my brother, I when I lived in LA anyway, I hung out with him and his friends all the time. And they fucking silly. They think, look, teenage boys think everything is funny, everything is a joke. They can't stop laughing. They're silly as hell. Their attention span is like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, you know? And so my thing with kids is don't be mad at kids for doing age appropriate stuff. As long as it's age appropriate, you know? Now your daughter shouldn't be stripping and she's 15. That's not age appropriate. You get an ass whooping. Okay, but you supposed to get off the phone, but you snuck and was on the phone for 2 more hours. That's age appropriate. And it's like some people don't be knowing the difference. She said, I want to keep listening, but the furnace repair guy here talking my ear off. Furnace repair, where you at? I keep forgetting it's like wintertime for some people. Or is it spring yet or whatever? We don't even have seasons. I don't know. I don't even know. You call that dude a dookie stabber. I could not take it. What about kid control? Well, if that's what we started out talking about, I'm sorry, we got all off track. But what I was basically saying was, it seems to me that these people don't want to raise their own kids. You know, first, they don't want to discipline them. So when they act a fool, they give them some drugs. And then the drugs make you suicidal and homicidal. So then they turn around and start beating up people and shooting them and sticking dynamite just up the cat's ass. Okay. You can't tell me about suburban kids because I know. I know. Okay. We had these little boys that went outside. They took a cat. They stuck dynamite in the cat's ass, lit it, put the cat inside of a trash can, and put the lid on top. Okay? Now, that is psycho behavior. That's psycho. Psycho ass behavior. Now, granted, they was trying to be obnoxious, and as a teenager, it was like, damn, y'all really want attention that bad, you know? But no, they don't want to raise these kids. That's exactly what they need is kid control. No Planned Parenthood, we're not talking to you. We don't want that. We don't want your kind of kid control. Leave it up to Planned Parenthood to you be able to have an abortion until the baby's 17. We're leaving it up to them. Indianapolis, 10 inches of snow yesterday. Oh, wow. Damn, Lance said 35 degrees over here. Dang. Well, I ain't even gonna tell y'all what the weather is out here, okay? I feel for you, and someday soon it'll be summertime for you too. C said Snoop look like somebody auntie. He does. And what would Snoop's name be if he was somebody auntie? Do he look like a Charlene? Do he look like a auntie Charlene? Doesn't David Hogg look like the love child between the Keebler elf and the space alien? Something I know people telling people how to live, and he's a crisis actor. Wolf, I'm convinced that Nicholas Cruz and David Hogg are the same people because the only difference that I've been able to find is the ears. The ears on Nicholas are protruding, and it's very easy to just put a prosthetic back there. So I put money on it. If teenagers aren't interested in whatever, they don't have the attention span. It's all about me. Exactly. And you have to teach your kids how to pay attention. Some kids just are very attentive. I was like a very attentive kid. Like if you were reading a book or something to me, I would sit there and listen to the whole thing. I always like listening to people talk and shit as long as they knew what they were talking about. I never had an attention span problem like that. Uh, some kids are not interested though, for whatever reasons, and it don't necessarily automatically mean there's something wrong with them because it's so much stuff going on, and hopefully they wasn't paying. Like for example, Miley Cyrus is on TV right now distracting me, and why, I don't know what. First of all the TV on Telemundo. I don't know how I did that, but she on Telemundo right now talking about Never Again because she ain't got nothing else to do. Oh, she's singing. Oh, she actually sounds good today. You must have had you some tea, Miley. Oh, I like little homeschool Miley and not crazy wild stripper Miley. But Miley girl, this is what we expect from her. I just some child no comment. We know this is Hillary didn't get elected and y'all be bored. Y'all ain't got nothing to do. Monet said 10 inches of snow. Love me some Jacksonville. Look, I heard that. It's raining in Florida as usual. Malik said that ain't nothing kids be putting cats in a microwave. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Somebody put a cat in the microwave. See, we need to take your little ass and have you evaluated immediately. It's a 5150. It's a 5150. Hell no, they ain't put the cat in the microwave. I don't know who Elliot Roger is. Who is that? I wish people would put pressure on the government. Oh, what's up, Lisa? To make changes, the standard work day or work week needs to be 9 to 3 so kids don't need after school care. To me, Lisa, that sounds like something that feminists would be worried about. To me, feminists should have something to do with being a woman, and women got kids. I mean, obviously men do too, but I'm just saying that would make sense to me. That is reasonable. And then maybe you would get a compromise like, okay, we can't do 9 to 3, but y'all can get out of here at 4 or something. I mean, even if you have a problem, you have to leave work early for your kids. They want to reprimand you. Fireproof said these adults don't have the attention span either, and that's why they don't watch their kids. That's exactly right. When I started off telling you guys about, for some of y'all who wasn't here, a Facebook post. Oh, my girl just messaged me. Hold on. Yeah, one of my good friends is a program director for a country music station, and she is like the coolest person ever. And she was hanging out with one of my old coworkers, and I was so jelly. She makes the best cheesecake, so she just messaged me back. But at any rate, yeah, these people don't want to watch their kids. And on Facebook earlier, I was trying to find a message, so I got distracted looking at that because I wanted to go find a message. But somebody, posted something, not a Black person, not in support of this march situation with these kids. And his Facebook friends jumped all over him. And all he said was, why would Black people be supporting these gun control laws when guns is the reason that's how we got free in the first place? And then I don't know. So this girl was like, these kids are traumatized. I said, they ain't traumatized. They're getting a day off of school. And she went into this long tirade. Send me a whole damn paragraph, and I ain't got no compassion. And I know somebody personally who went in, who's going through this, and what would you do if it was your child and all that shit. And so I said, well, doesn't it seem like homeschool would be the answer? She's like, you know what? I don't have time for this. Bye, girl. I don't want to be disrespectful. Bitch, how can you be disrespectful on the internet? First of all, you can't disrespect me on this internet, girl. Because you wouldn't do it to my face. I am not stunting these people on this internet. But I'm just saying, like, there is no justification for holding the government responsible for teaching your children. I understand it might be inconvenient. So all I'm saying is you're the one picking the school. You're the one picking the area your kid goes to school with. To me, it would make sense to not send your kid someplace where you don't feel that they are safe. And I understand if the people at Stoneman High School felt that that place was safe prior to 17 people allegedly getting shot. But now it damn sure is no longer a safe school. I think 17 kids getting shot at that school in one day or over a span of 17 days definitely qualifies that school as unsafe. There's no way in hell that guns is the only reason that this is happening, because if that was the case, it'd be at every school all the time. Y'all don't watch these kids. You want the teachers to watch them. You want the government to watch them. If you can't make them sit down and listen, you want to give them a drug to make them sit down and listen. I have been saying this shit since forever. If you have a mentally challenged kid, you have a kid who maybe doesn't have a disability, but they're just not able to socialize. If they're miserable, sometimes they whatever. But if they're miserable and they're not be able to fit in, and now it's high school, y'all been going through this shit for what, 12 years? Why are you still sending them to that school? That's not fair. Now, I got a friend whose sister, I can't even give you the name of her disability because it's so long or whatever, but supposedly she's stuck at like 12 years old mentally. But when it was time for her to go to high school, she was like, Mom, I'm never going to get a job. I'm never going to live on my own and pay my own bills. So why are you still making me go to school? This is pointless. I said, she ain't that crazy. She's still trying to get out of school. Shit. That's just good old common sense. But there's a story about David Hogg that he was in California when something happened out there. I think this was years ago. I think San Bernardino. Oh, yeah. Because he's a crisis actor. And he's playing two roles right now. Miley Cyrus, wasn't she just thugged out? Not anymore. I had 410 made Monday seem worse. I did 410s too. It was so long and hard. Oh my God. When I was finishing grad school, don't get me started. I didn't have so many horrible customer service jobs. Speaking of customer service, my advisor, I got this smart ass advisor. He's such a smart ass. It raised the damn tuition. They want to send me an email every week talking about it's a $30 balance on your account. I said, oh, well, you better wait till that financial aid get dispersed. I said, can it come out the financial aid? I was trying to be nice, right? He's like, no, not this time. It's going to have, no, not this time. It's a one-time payment and you're going to have to send it in. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you. Have a nice day. Do you want to get cussed out? Thank you. Have a nice day. I said, I'm not sending y'all $30. It's going to have to come out of the student loan. He going to change his tune. Okay, well, you know, your funds aren't going to post until next month. We still have to send you the email. And yeah, okay. Smart ass. It's a one-time payment. All these thousands of dollars y'all done already made off of me. And it's my second degree I'm getting at this school, and you think I'm finna pay your ass that sends you $30 after you, if you don't knock it off. It's a one-time payment. Thank you. Have a nice day. Ciao. I said, let me try to rephrase this or let him know I'm not playing before I end up calling the provost and complaining about this whole damn department, because they be working my nerves in doctoral studies, honey. Like something I ain't never seen. Why is my page not? Oh boy, what we talking about in the comment section? He was on vacation. David Hogg called his parents old asses, and his mom is for military vets looking after school or something like that. Let me go back. Who was on vacation? But not everyone has time, nor the money, nor the patience to teach their kids. Plus, they follow a curriculum and test to see if they aren't falling behind. Now, that depends on the state you're in, whether or not they test and make them do the standardized testing. Nevada happens to not be one of those states, thank goodness. I heard Think Progress is some left-leaning outlet using Martin Luther King Jr.'s 9-year-old granddaughter to pass gun reform. Oh, that's who that was that trotted that baby out there? When Martin Luther King applied for a gun permit and they told his black ass no? And this little girl ain't took NAIR government class, NAIR American history, don't know what a constitution is, don't know an amendment from a hole in her ass. If you take all these little children of the corn and put them in the house. They need to be worried about Disney and La La and happy stuff and baby stuff and being a kid, not worried about this shit. And these grown people are responsible for protecting them, which they failed to do. Period, point and blank. They failed to protect, if it happened at all. They failed to protect them. And the responsibility needs to be on them. Feminists are not attractive. They need a cause to forget their troubles. Monet, ain't that the truth? Them Hotep chicks be, them conscious sisters, some of them be looking hit in the face too. Malik said kids today are exposed to a lot of resources. They can easily answer questions with Google. Internet for us was a privilege and we would only use it when mama wasn't on the phone. Okay, and it took you 30 minutes. As a matter of fact, I could probably recite the little dial-up. Remember that shit? It used to take like 20 minutes. Wolf said, don't get me started with them feminists. I seriously doubt it if they actually talk for women. They talk for themselves. I can't think of one feminist cause that is relatable to me. Look Elliot up, his YouTube channel is still up. He was a narc. I heard the kids being put in the microwave. Oh, Jesus. Meanwhile, David Hogg is telling the rest of us how to live. When a month ago, him and his little friends was eating Tide Pods. You know that was some great marketing. Tide poisoning them kids for marketing. And on the bag it says, do not eat. Do not eat, do not ingest. Ambi said guns aren't even a problem. Look at places like the UK where they have strict gun laws and people just stab each other at alarming rates. I heard that too. I'm definitely going to be involved in my kids' lives, so there won't be any surprises if something is happening in their life. You got to. I mean, like, with my little brother, I was really low-key spying on him, but I was hanging out with them. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be like, oh, don't smoke weed, don't drink beer around me, don't cuss, none of that. No, I want to know what y'all are doing. I want to know what you're into. Even one of the kid with all the dope, with all the Adderall and shit, like, he used to do cocaine, Molly, Adderall, all of that. That boy don't do no drugs now. Completely straight edge. Just grew out of it. And he's smart too. And he's helping his little brother with his stuff, you know? So it's just like, you ain't gotta write them off. I just feel like left to, and their parents aren't involved. So I think ultimately, since the parents wasn't involved in the first place and they just kind of stayed out of it and let them do their thing, they grew up on their own without some of this interference. Now a lot of them still liberal minded politically, you know, but that's because they don't own shit yet. Keep living, own something. And then we'll have them talks again. That's what I tell them. You don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. So you ain't got nothing to protect. Y'all don't even work a real 9. You don't work a 9-to-5 job. You're not contributing. You know, you're fun. You know, y'all are adorable. You're entertaining, but you're not contributing members of society. Okay. Now wait till you start contributing and you see how everybody else around here get a damn free ride on your dime, and we'll see how liberal your ass is then. The days of dial up. Okay. Dial up. Some people want to blame the Tide Challenge on white people when mostly teenagers was doing it. It's probably teens from all backgrounds. There have only been a few deaths. The Tide Company is responsible for that. The Tide Company started the Tide Pod Challenge. Just like you see Wendy's just dropped a mixtape this weekend. Okay, they are targeting young people. And they are willing to sell. They just got to make sales. They don't care if you eating it or what you're doing with it. 614 said, yep, I was liberal until I left school and started working. Yeah, I mean, basically. C. Ali said, I don't know why any black woman would be a feminist. You know what? I took a course, probably freshman or sophomore year at college, a feminist literature class. And what I learned was that there are several different types of feminists. Like you have like an eco-feminist, which basically eco-feminists believe that women are better than men by nature. You have different schools of thought of it's not just monolithic, you know? And I never hear any of that being discussed though in the mainstream. There's no education behind it. And listening to the literature, reading the literature of these women from the 1600s and some of the things that they were complaining about, their main thing was that they didn't have they weren't able to make any decisions. They weren't able to do what they wanted to do. And their families have basically sold them off into these arranged marriages. I mean, in some cases arranged, or in some cases just like I got married because I can't own anything. I don't have any rights as an individual. And then because my husband, this is the crux, because my husband knows that I can't leave him and get a job and pay my own bills or buy my own property, he is doing whatever he wants. He come in here whenever he wants to, demanding food, kicking everybody upside the head when he don't have his way. And he got 2 and 3 women on the side, and I have no choice but to put up with it. I want the right to be able to go and earn my own living outside of the house. So that and if he want to beat me up, there's nothing anybody can do about it. I want to be able to earn money outside the house. I want to be able to defend myself as well. That's reasonable. Everybody don't have to agree, but I feel like that's reasonable. You also have a wave of feminism that was a sexual liberation movement, and I don't agree with that. With the whole concept of free love, I should be able to have sex with anybody I want to. I like women on Tuesday. I like being on Wednesday. I'm doing both on Thursday. I'm resting on Saturday. And the whole world needs to know about it. I need to walk around here half naked. That slut walk shit that Amber Rose is doing. There's nothing respectable about any of that. And before anything, when you come out here with a cause, are you entertaining or are you contributing? How do you contribute to society? You know, everybody on this planet is not an adult. Why are you coming out here showing your goodies and your skivvies for all these little teenage boys? I mean, fellas, don't you remember when you was a kid, if you wanted to see some boobs, you had to go sneak you a nudie magazine, or your mama might get a Victoria's Secret magazine, and you check out the girls in the panties and bra before your mama come home, and then you act like you ain't have it, or hide a magazine up under the mattress, or get your hands on one nudie picture, and that'll be enough for you and all your homeboys. That'll last y'all a long ass time at school to pass around that one picture of them same titties. These young boys don't even have to go through the rite of passage of finding some half naked girls to look at, because all they got to do is go on Instagram, and these grown ass women are out here dotting it up, dotting it up. Go take your ass to some 18 and over platform, please. Amber Rose has literally posted her vagina on Instagram. She's a lowlife. 614 said, are you in Ohio? That's Ohio area code, right? 614 girl said, 21 Savage just broke up with Amber Rose. I think I heard something about that. Well, Wiz Khalifa left her too. It's sad when, the dude with yellow hair looks in the mirror and says, I got to get my life together. What am I doing with this hoe? Amber Rose has no respect. I knew a girl like this in high school, right? She had no self-respect. She had the lowest self-esteem, and she was always trying to get somebody else to do some whole shit with her. Like, not only did she have to go sleep with the whole basketball team, but she would want to go to the party with somebody who she could persuade to get down with her. These hoes don't ever want to do dirt by themselves. Telly said, right, but then you say something, you a hater. Hate on what? Lack of intelligence? I am an Amber Rose hater. I have just gone ahead to embrace the word hater. Since I'm going to get called hater, that's fine. I'm just going to be very upfront about what I hate. I don't like that girl at all. I hate her and her parents. Let's start there. Because your parents are still alive. Your mama don't ever call you and say, girl, I heard your vagina was on the internet. Because people be calling my daddy like, I heard your daughter said something on Facebook about this and that and this and that about Trump. But wait a minute. Find these other people's parents who got their vagina on the internet. It's so funny how my political views and my educated opinion is so offensive, but you're not offended by people putting their vagina on the internet. Telly said me too. Y'all be cracking me up. Malik said, let me go back. Malik said, yeah, Playboy magazines were big, also VHS tapes back in the day. In order to rent porn, you had to show ID at Blockbuster, and then adult films will be behind the curtain. So now here it is in 2020. We lucky, these little boys is lucky it's on the internet at all. They should at least have to go to an 18 and older site. It should not be on Instagram where y'all who got kids in middle school, like, okay, you can have an Instagram page for your friends. Instagram show you shit you need to ask Instagram to show you. So they have to look at Blac Chyna's distorted lumpy booty. They got to look at homegirl Amber Rose shaving everything, but it's just ridiculous. Kiki, some of these loose girls were molested, some pimped out, and they think it's normal. You know what? I have talked to a lot of people who have been abused as young people. And just because you were abused as a child does not necessarily translate into you being an irresponsible adult. What I have noticed is that the whores with a W, the whores, the girls who have actually sold their vagina, talking about walk the street, talking about perform real tricks, and the porn stars have more decency, have more consideration for public decency than the thoughts. You are never going to catch a prostitute or a porn star say, "Oh my God, I'm so offended. Don't call me a slut. Don't call me a whore." Shit, it's a part, they like it's a part of the job. But these thoughts, it goes back again to you're not really committed. You selling that thing or aren't you? You may as well go walk the damn street corner instead of pretending to be a stripper and then going to collect $20 in the back of the boom boom room. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're really about that life, they're not really about that life, but everybody else is doing it. And they got to get on social media and let everybody know what they're doing so they can let everybody know, I'm just like you. We're all fitting in. We're all doing the same thing. But as my father always told me, when I would be like, "Daddy, and so, and she a hoe," because girls be doing hoe, they've been doing hoe shit. Or, "Can you believe this?" And she a hoe. My daddy answers always this: the enemy of a hoe is old age. So, and he thinks it's funny, okay? The enemy of a hoe is old age. In other words, she gonna look up one day and ain't nobody gonna want to buy that thing. And what she gonna have? Ain't no 401k for hoeing. I'm thought it up and posting booty pictures on Instagram. So your reputation is trash. And then you're gonna get a certain age, and for women it don't take that long. I don't know why, but with men it's different. The older men gets, the more women want it. With women, we don't get the same love. You see Charlemagne sit up there and call women, his woman don't look like nothing. That's why he always hiding her. But then he'll get a grown ass woman on there with him and say, "You're vintage vagina." I would deck him in his mouth. You don't sit there and talk to no woman about her vagina. In no way that you think is a compliment or anything. There's no way to compliment a stranger on their vagina. There's no way to do it. Oh God. Wolf said, "As a man, I want to let you all in on a secret. Men don't really like those hoe women. A real man wants a woman who is going to represent him as his other half." Well, these hoes sure do be getting married to somebody. And as far as I'm concerned, if you make babies with her, then if you didn't marry her, what's the difference? She's still representing you, and that's still your baby. And then when the little kids is out here twerking and doing every damn thing else on the internet, we used to twerk. When I was a kid, we used to make up dances. We didn't just sit there and like just shake our booties, but we would make a dance to a song. Okay. And you had to know how to twerk, and you had to know how to do the crybaby, and you had to just know what you was doing. You just couldn't be out here and just not know how to dance. But we would never even do it around like mixed company. Like the little dance you do for your family on Thanksgiving, that ain't the same dance that you and your friends do, to Mace in the room. And we would not ever think about recording it, or it was boys in the neighborhood we never went outside and performed for them. But it's like, I don't understand why everybody feel like not only do they have to do everything they see, but they got to put it on the internet. My cat's name is Me Too. I'm not fooling with you, Hellbound. I can't take it. All these young people came from the crack epidemic. You know what? You got a point. Her booty is lumpy. Amber Rose like she stank. I'm done with y'all. What's up, Mike? These people in here roasting. Roasting. Yeah, they out in the open. Hope she has a retirement fund. Please. Malik said the same with most gays. They are most likely the way they are because they were abused and messed up mentally. Fireproof said, put your money in Purina stocks. Lots of cat ladies and dogs are my kids coming down the pike. Good morning, Gilbert. It's more than that. At least with Stormy Daniels, it's political. Even that jerk, Gloria Allred, is involved. Did I tell y'all my Gloria Allred story? So, I was working for a very large company who I agreed to not mention in my settlement. And I'm telling you, they only had men as managers, and the men was having sex with girls, their subordinates, and then having sex with girls on different shifts to the point where bitches wouldn't even get in the elevator together because they're so mad because they all hooking up with the same dude. And it was just a lot. It was a lot of inappropriate stuff going on in there. And then if you were not participating, they were punishing you for it. So that's where it became illegal. You know, you can't harass me because I'm not accepting your unwanted advances. Okay. So when the federal government gave me the state's right to sue, I called Gloria Allred's office, and this is before a lot of these public, things came out. But somebody, I don't remember who it was like, "Oh, you should call Gloria Allred. She does that kind of stuff." So I call her office, and the person is like, "Hey," the person who answered the phone is like, "Well, we'll do a free consultation. What's going on?" And so I'm telling them what's going on, and then they're like, "So did your manager touch your vagina?" This is what I'm like, the dude had like, it was, come congratulate me and rub my shoulders and that kind of stuff like that, right? So she was like, but did he touch your vagina? I'm like, did he touch my vagina? Who's getting their vagina touched at work? By the time they've touched your vagina, this shit's gone on too far. Like, clearly, you had to be giving some buying signs. Like, nobody's just walking up to people grabbing them by the vagina. Oh, just give me a break. Just give me a break. And so I'm like, I was so confused, like, no. And they're like, so you sure he didn't touch your vagina? Yeah, I'm quite positive. I think I would have noticed. He has not touched my vagina. They said, oh, okay, well, we can't help you. And hung up the phone, girl. Hung up the phone. Hung up the phone. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If you breaking the law, you breaking the law. But I'm not gonna sit up here and make up stuff. You didn't touch my vagina. Like, give me a break. Touch my damn vagina. It's getting on my nerves. I started my class for my law school test and about 5 other people in the class can't hardly read, but the teacher insists on making people read out loud. It sounds like it sounds like dreamers. Gilbert, good luck on your test. Cracking me up. I remember me and my siblings used to put on dances for my parents. They get drunk all I start making them pay me. Every time them boxing matches and stuff, and Mike Tyson be fighting for 30 damn seconds, and then everybody be standing around bored. My daddy be like, "Come in here and sing." No, daddy, I don't want to sing. Don't be shy, girl. Get me a sing. I don't want to sing. I'll pay you $20. What y'all want to hear? Whitney Houston, what we doing tonight? Whitney, the greatest love of all. Any other requests? Do I got any other requests? So that's why I ain't shy. Because my daddy and his drunk friends paid me to sing for them. We were robbed at gunpoint Friday night by a black man. He was a crack baby for sure. What? Where were you? How'd you get robbed? What happened? All Destiny, also Destiny that outed John Tron, debated Patty politics, and so on is being investigated by FBI for child porn. Good morning, Lil John. I'm tired now. The baby then finally went to sleep, and now she ain't gonna want to go to this class because she been up turned up all night watching Glee and Descendants and everything. Anything with singing on it, I got to watch. Anything else y'all got for me before I get up off again? Try to get a nap in. I ought to wake her up too for class on time. Go ahead and make sure she's good and tired. You gotta outfun these kids. You gotta outfun them till they fall asleep. I didn't get robbed. Who got robbed? Tino got robbed. Tino, how you get robbed? What happened? We all want this story. What had happened? We've been on here for a minute. This is the part two. What time I get on here? 6, y'all. So it's been on 2 hours. Okay, so Malik. Malik, you just read my mind. I will be watching the Queen's Supreme Court tonight, and I will also be watching Kaya live from whatever that lounge is. The lounge is really nice. So, okay, ratchet snack before we go. So, there's this long going feud between the man T.S. Madison. Okay, I don't even believe in that term transgender. Can we just stop using it? Because you can't change your gender, and you are a boy in a dress. That's a boy, and that's a. Oh gosh, who's singing for a new groove? That's a man, and that's a dress. That's where I'm at with it. Okay, so Sir Madison has Shekinah Joe, that's Tiny's best friend. Okay, and Lil Mo on his show. The sound audio is bad. Lil Mo not getting ready to roast nobody, so I don't even know why she showed up. That husband of hers is a kazoo, and we know he here for the gossip, and he was in the audience. That's probably the real tea. He just wanted to see Maddie up close. That's what was going on there. And then the other one, Shekinah, po baby. I like Shekinah, but she is basic, and I agree with Kaya that people be using her. You know, um, Kaya linked up with that girl, that ATLian girl, Michelle. Michelle all ass keep up too much shit. All as she is, somebody damn grandmama. And every time I turn around, she is on here arguing with one of these fools on YouTube about something. I will say Straight from the A is a blog that's been around since Media Takeout and them started, but you can't tell because it's not nearly as successful. And it's probably because she spent more time trying to be the news than report the news. Okay. Alex Rogers got himself involved some kind of way trying to take up for this damn trans lunatic, and got and then embarrassed his own self. Wasn't nobody even coming for him. He just embarrassed himself. So he bowed out. He said he wasn't. I was proud of him for that. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not gonna do no more personal attack videos. I'm done. Um, Funky Dineva don't need no part of the drama, but just lives for the bullshit. Um, But out of all these people, Dineva and what's the other one I just said? Alex Rogers, them the only real bloggers. The rest of them is just talking, you know. Now Kaya, bless her heart, don't have the attention span, don't have the patience or nothing else to successfully do much of anything. Okay. With that being said, I'm willing to laugh with her and at her until she's moved on to the next little thing. So at this point, I don't even know how people pick sides. They're all both ridiculous. I don't feel sorry for Kaya now one bit because this is what you get. As bad as I talk about trannies, y'all need to roast me down if you see me get on here with a tranny talking about this is my co-host. This is one thing to do an expose or interview. This is my co-host and we're friends and hey girl and Kiki and this, that, and that. No, 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 no. You're not gonna see that happen. Okay? You're not gonna see that happen. That's ridiculous. Shit, I'll be on here with a dreamer first, where I'm on here with some dude trying to tell me how to be a woman. Right, it's all just entertainment. Have a good day, Monet. I'm about to get off here in a second too. So he said when he takes all that makeup and women's clothes off, he looks like a man. He look like a man with it on to me. Okay, we got to read this story Tino got. It's Tino. So Tino said, I was with my son. I was crying and begging, please don't shoot my son. He just rolled us. The worst part of Georgia, Augusta, Crack City. Oh, God, Augusta. Yeah, I know. Yes, he held the gun on my kid the whole time. On your kid? What? Barton Chapel Hill Road. He robbed us at the store. Did you call the popo? We were in our chef whites and he didn't care. Black people. Oh, I know. Wait, we having a serious conversation and a goofy one at the same time, and I can't take it. Tino, what's going on with the police investigation, and do you have a sketch? Okay. Send me the sketch so we can put an APB out for this little bastard. What'd he look like? Let's find his mama. That bitch know where her son was last night. Don't get me started. See, and then now now Tino, are we supposed to feel sorry for this child and the kid didn't have this and the kid didn't have that? Did you call? No. Did you talk to the watch commander? Because you got to call the police on the police sometimes because they're being incompetent. Excuse me, watch commander. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what's going on. Luna said, ever since you said Wendy Williams' health issues was coming from the breast implants, other channels have made videos on exactly what you said right after you said it. You know what? That happens all the time, Luna. They don't never say they got it from me, but it's okay. But I know that's what's wrong with her. Your son found him on Facebook. The address and the picture. He on Facebook. Well, what's the Facebook name? Spell the rest of the T. Get his ass violated. I don't like that at all. You can't even walk the streets. And we supposed to feel sorry for everybody's situation and how they got like that, and if it's everybody else's fault, it's the gun's fault, it's his fault. And he needs to be in trouble. My dad got arrested in a small town in Georgia for a suspended license, but it was never suspended, so now he's suing for the days he was in jail. I heard that. Same thing happened to my brother-in-law. My sister was dealing with them people for a day before she said anything because she didn't want, I guess she didn't want to be embarrassed. I said, girl, did you call the watch commander? Call that watch commander and tell them people that your husband is an engineer and he got to go to work tomorrow and stop playing these damn games. And sure enough, they let his ass right on out. You know, the cop is just like everybody else. You got people that's competent, you got people that's incompetent. But what I've learned in my experience is the rookie cops be bored and they do stuff out of boredom to get everybody in trouble. And then once they done shot somebody or once they done already done wrong, and the media and whoever gets involved, the police department is going to outwardly take up for their officer, you know? However, the people responsible for that officer, the watch commander, sergeants, or whatever, they be irritated as hell, you know? But they're not always going to let the public know that, but they be irritated. And so what has worked for me is when I have issues to making sure I'm getting to somebody who is a decision maker, because um, it's much more effective getting them involved up front as opposed to after, you know, the offense has been fully committed. I had a cop one time was harassing us. My friend was waiting on his job to open up. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was dropping him off, so we was sitting in the car. And I guess somebody called the police and said we were sitting outside of their house, but whatever. We was waiting on the job. So when we were able to prove to the cop and he showed him his badge and here's my job right here and they're getting ready to open up and, you know, and it was like his first week on the job and the cop just kept harassing us and then he started asking me all these damn questions and I showed him my driver's license and none of that wasn't none enough, you know. So he goes back to his car and I call the watch commander and I'm like, I'm being harassed. I gave him everything he's looking for. We're not doing anything. We don't have no weapons. Ain't nobody had a man going to work. That should be the end of it. And he's like, he's still there. I'm like, yeah. You know, I'm like, is this protocol? That's what I'm mainly trying to figure out. Is this normal? Is this what you guys normally do? So then as me and the watch commander are talking, the cop comes back up to the car. And before he even started talking, I gave him a heads up. I said, I'm gonna let you know right now, I have your watch commander on the phone, on three-way, on speakerphone. The cop said, I don't give a fuck who you got on the phone. And something, I don't even remember. All I know is the watch commander listened in and didn't say nothing. He got in his truck and drove right over to where we was and walked up on him and said, you don't give a fuck that I'm on the phone. Is that what you said? Did I hear that correctly? Give this woman back her things. Ma'am, you're free to go. Sir, you go back to your job. I'll meet you back at the precinct. We need to have a talk. Oop. Dumbass, I tried to help his ass out because I ain't the one. I would sure call the police on the police in a hot ass minute. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'm being harassed by Officer so-and-so. Where is he supposed to be right now? Because the young cops be bored. Malik says, Fireproof Troll said we're becoming Mexico. I mean, LA already is. Yep, very true. I had buddies who used to be cops. Well, I figured that out. My parents wanted me to be in law enforcement so bad. I wouldn't go to law school. So then it was like, well, go be a sheriff. And then they started giving me incentives to take the test. Go take the test and we'll do this and we'll do that. So I would take the test and pass. And then, you know, after you do that, the people are going to be harassing you. But I had no intention on ever. But when I went to the LAPD informational, the sergeant was like, hey, Ambi, what's going on? You can email me or you can tell me here. I want to say, no, yeah, it was the captain. The captain was like, I've had one death since I've been working here, one cop, and it was because he didn't follow directions. He went into, you know, he was a SWAT team officer and he's used to his job and he just got too comfortable and went in somewhere without his helmet and got shot in the head, which is unfortunate. But at the end of the day, he was like, if y'all follow protocol, you won't get hurt. And he said the problem is too many people watch too much television and they think that being a police officer is an exciting job. And then they get here and realize that it ain't all that exciting. On most days, it's sitting around in paperwork and they get bored and then they start trying to be heroes. And this is how you get your ass in trouble. And also, he said that with LAPD, when you join for the first 2 years, you're on the street. After those 2 years, then you can do some type of special unit and, horseback or I don't know, whatever police special units are. And and so he was saying that after 2 years, then they can do a special whatever. So that's letting me know that, because with the sheriff's office, it's the opposite. With the sheriffs, you have to work in jail for 2 years. And this is LA, California. I don't know what everybody else knows. In California, you have to work in the jail for 2 years, and then you can be a sheriff on the street. With the cops, you got to start off on the street, and then you can do something, I guess, more interesting or whatever, or try to be a detective or something after you've already worked the street for a little while. And so that means you got a bunch of rookies on the street that don't really want to be there. The older people that's on the street are there because that's where they want to be, not because they got to. Or they get in trouble and get sent to the street as a demotion and got a chip on their shoulder and an attitude, They can't chase these criminals like they used to back in the day. She's a manager at a big company, and every time she writes up one of her white employees, they go to HR complaining that she's racist, but she's black, by the way. Is she getting written up? Is the company doing something to her in retaliation? Because it sounds to me like she don't. If not, she doesn't have a case yet. However, if they were to discipline her for anything, then that's one of them kind of situations where, they also go around the facility telling other employees that she's racist. They basically use HR as a weapon every time they make a complaint. There's an investigation. HR can't do nothing to her because HR knows better. So she should ignore them. That part don't matter. She should ignore them, but let HR do anything to her, and then you would have a claim. Because first of all, what kind of damn operation are they running where the employees just gonna complain every time they get reprimanded? That don't make no sense. So if the company is encouraging that behavior, but the thing is that she is a manager in a leadership position. So if the organization, with the EEOC, you want to prove that the organization is discriminating against you. And so the mere fact that she's in a management position, it doesn't sound like it's the organization that's the racist ones. It sounds like they're not used to anybody with leadership qualities. You know what I'm saying? What's up, baby? You want to get off? You feel like making a bottle? What you about to do? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's harassment. It's a hostile work environment, but that's a state's claim. That's not federal. That's on the state, and the state is not going to do anything because they're lazy. So right now, as long as she hasn't been suspended or, she hasn't lost anything having to do with her livelihood, then they can investigate it all they want to. And as far as them other people, I'll write their ass up again for being a nuisance. That comes from having poor leadership. It sounds to me like the company isn't supporting her as well as they should as a leader. You can't put people in leadership role and then don't back their ass up. If you're doing something to rightfully get written up and then you gonna complain, that doesn't make no sense. They know better than that. And so that's HR's response, It sounds like to me in there they spoiled. I'm just saying that because I know I've been in a situation like that. And this one girl, this bitch was 6'2". I kid you not, 6'2". And I was working on a campaign and they put her lazy ass on the campaign with me. And I'm like, okay, look, this is what we doing. This is the flow and how we doing this. And she wanted to do something totally different. And she was messing it up and throwing it off for everybody. So I told her, look, why don't you just not do it then? Just don't do nothing. Just go back to what they hired you to do. And then don't get off my campaign, and then you don't have to worry about doing it my way, because this is how we're doing it. 6'2", see, 6'2". Do you know that she went to HR and told them people that I was threatening and I was harassing her and this, that, and the third? Then people called me in that office. I must have fell out that chair laughing. I said, this is what you're not going to do. Call me in here talking about that big ass. They said, no, she said she was bullied in high school and this triggers her. I said, you can't be 6'2" walking around here talking about you scared of anybody with your big ass. I wasn't bullying her then, but I am now that I know that. Now you in here lying on me. Yes, she did. And then they talked to the witnesses, and the witnesses was like, she didn't do anything. Like, everybody saw me pull up a chair because I emailed her and she was like, you got to email me, come talk to me. So I went and pulled up a chair and sat next to her and used my inside voice. Listen, we already had this in place this way for this reason. I understand if you don't agree or you don't like it done that way. So the way that we should resolve this is you can go back to doing what you were already doing, because we didn't need your help. You know, actually the group functions better without you. So, yeah. So just go back to doing what you were doing. And I got up and went back to my damn seat and showed them the email. Here, the email where she said, come over here and talk to me. So that's what I did. And then they was like, well, we know you weren't threatening her because we asked around. We just wanted to hear your side of the story. I said, don't call me here playing with me like that. Big ass talking about somebody threatening her. No, but Ambi, so in that situation, like right there, you know, they put me in charge of a campaign, but then they didn't have the skills to support me. They didn't have the leadership skills to support me. They were too weak to tell her to go sit her big ass down. Real leadership would have never even called me in the room and repeated that to me, especially after they had already talked to the other employees and it was a nothing burger. You know, don't mess up my feng shui and my flow and my productivity because you're too afraid. And then all kind of stuff. And that's just one example. They continue to sabotage themselves. And so I just left and went somewhere else, you know, but they paid me more money with less headache and did less work, because I'm not going to come in here and fix your company and help you look good and make all this money, and you guys don't have the leadership skills to support me. So now, mind you, I love to go ahead and sue a company and give me a check so I can sit at home and not do nothing to collect the check. Okay, so believe me, if it was a lawsuit there, but it's not a lawsuit. This is more so a situation. And then two, here's the other thing that the EEOC is looking at. She's the person that's in a subordinate position. It would be different if she was a subordinate and she was having a similar issue coming from management, constantly reporting her or somebody, her superiors. But it's coming from people that are under her. So that's not going to hold any weight. What she needs to do is have a real conversation with whoever her boss is about their work environment. For real. It's a lot of snowflakes. I don't even know if that's a snowflake. That's a snow monster. At 6'2", that ain't a snowflake. That's a snow monster. Y'all know I had so many jokes after that. I wasn't bullying the bitch before, but I sure did after that. I said, no, your big ass didn't go in there talking about somebody was bullying your big ass. You can't walk around here big and scary, girl. Don't you? If you don't knock it off. Y'all know I'll be clowning. Like, yeah, random city Yeti. Okay, I'll let her know that if they punish her. Yeah, if they punish her, that's a different story. So here's what she should do. She should talk to her administration She should talk, whoever's over her, and she needs to talk to her HR. This is how you set people up and find out what they really are about. Now, if she has a conversation with them about this and offers them solutions, because sometimes people dumb and they don't even know how to fix stuff because they don't have no leadership skills, right? If she talks to them and asks them to fix the situation, to rectify it, how about you get rid of some of these lazy ass people who don't want to work and that kind of stuff? Get rid of them and take care of it. Or, you know, something about this environment needs to change. Maybe you need to have a staff meeting and you need to let everybody know what my duties and my responsibilities are and what is expected of them. There's no way in hell they should be able to come and complain about not doing their job. And then if they still don't support her and it continues to happen and she is then reprimanded, and I'm talking suspension or some way that costs her money or fired or something like that, if any of that happens, she's going to need to have that paper trail where she did talk to human resources and she did talk to her boss. She had a meeting with the VP of HR today. This is the 4th time it's happened. They started to punish one of the workers one time and then took it back. Anyway, they're scary. A lot of HR's job is to keep the company from getting sued. They don't care about everybody else. Their job is to keep the company from getting sued. Her having these conversations with VP and that they're not punishing them and all of that kind of stuff, that's all her paper trail. The minute they punish her, now it's on like Donkey Kong. As long as they don't punish her, she good. The minute that her livelihood is affected, because they have poor leadership, you know, and then what the VP should be doing. I wonder who else was at that meeting, because the whoever her boss is or whoever's giving her orders and directives should have been in that meeting too with the VP of Human Resources. They have to come up with a plan to support her. That's their responsibility, is to support their leadership. Otherwise, what you got managers for? What's the point? Just let everybody self-govern then. But you can't let everybody self-govern because y'all too cheap and too lazy to hire people who are mature and self-governing. You can't have it both ways. Yeah. They want to hire people who need them instead of people who want to work there and who have something to contribute. And then you got to have overseers to make sure everybody show up and do what they're supposed to do and crack the whip on their ass because don't nobody want to be there, instead of improving the work environment in the first place. Yeah, Ambi, as soon as they punish her, then hit me up again. See, because now that's a different story. But right now, shit, she's in the authoritative position. She's doing good, you know, and you can't let haters walk you away from your money, you know. And the other thing she need to do is start looking for another job before she does have a situation for real where these people can get to try to tarnish your reputation. You know, if you're not happy, start looking. As a matter of fact, when you start circulating that resume, word gets around, honey. They see that resume on Indeed, and all of a sudden, you see them people start getting their act together. She's looking, she hates it there. That's good. Yeah, keep looking. Keep looking and keep documenting. But she's doing right by meeting with HR over and over again. You got to have a paper trail on them. Okay, let's go back to Tino. Tino, the robber's Facebook, y'all. Sunset.Rambo16K. Rambo? Now, see, this is why I got to get libel insurance for people like Rambo's ass. Tino, I want to drag his ass out the house and beat his ass. How's your son doing? Is he traumatized? Is he shook up? Or how's he feeling? Okay, I put it in my search engine. They said they can't find anything. Try this again. Sunset Rambo. Maybe he closed the page down. But you just pulled it up though. How come I can't see it? I bet he is in shock. That sucks. I bet he is angry, and I wonder if he's having nightmares. Fire Lane Rambo. Okay, let's try Fire Lane Rambo. Is you the rapper? Who trying to help? Who trying to hang with Rambo? Cold hearted. Oh, cold hearted is this. Attention, Augusta. Be on the lookout. Damn, I can't clap with one hand. Nah, that's a damn shame. You get a bastard. Are you posting about him on Facebook? Yes, I am. Hopefully, the Facebook police try to press me, since they know since they are the all seeing eye. While you at it, can y'all go snatch his ass up? See, Ali said, "Are you guys seeing a counselor?" Sabrina said, "I need to know if I have a case with the ELC." What's going on, Sabrina? Because I love to listen. Larry H. Parker got me 2.3 million. No, I'm lying. Y'all remember that commercial? Shit, I'm the ghetto Larry H. Parker. What they doing at your job? Now, the EEOC handles discrimination based on race, gender, or disability. Okay, so if they fire you because you got pregnant, or they fire you because you took too many days off from work because you were sick, or if they don't have any Black people in charge in any leadership position, they basically can't say nothing to you. If they look at your ass the wrong way and they don't have no Black leadership, that's a lawsuit. Um, any male advances from anybody who is your superior, if y'all on the same rung, that's just your coworker sitting next door to you. He told you you looking real sexy in them jeans. No. If your manager says you looking real sexy in them jeans, then you got a lawsuit. It's different. Now, if they just getting on your nerves, that's called a hostile work environment, and your state actually is supposed to look into it. But the thing is, they lazy as hell, and these companies, it's a lot of ways to get around the state and play games with them and get stuff so tied up in paperwork that you won't never see no action. But with the federal government, you're going to see some changes within 10 business days. Your whole company going to get their act together. Facebook is the new dark web. Yeah, no, Facebook won't do nothing, but sometimes they harass us for posting stuff. What's that time? Sometimes they harass us for harassing other people. So I was fired for being pregnant, but I was 23 and didn't know anything. It was a new job. The owner found out because I almost fainted. You would have thought I had the plague. See, that's a hell of a lawsuit. And you fainted at work, so which is probably one of the reasons they fired you, because they was afraid you was gonna get hurt and really be able to sue their ass. But you sued them anyway. You cannot sue somebody you can't fire somebody for being pregnant. That's why I stopped working in factories. Those male employees will be harassing you. Right, and there's not much you can do about it if y'all on the same run. Now, if you go to HR and they don't do nothing about it, it's something that's a whole nother situation. A link to my Facebook. I put it on my like page because that's where I have the most subscribers. My actual Facebook page, not that many people on there. Where's Sabrina at? You typing? We're gonna sue somebody today. I was playing. No, wait up, Sabrina. Wait, let's go back to Kaya. I don't know if Malik left yet, but yeah, I'm watching both of them ratchets last night. Oh, Lynette said Maddie just put up a video. Maddie, man, whore. Talking about Wendy Williams look like a man, child. Oh, God. Oh, God.
These models are washing it.
I need to be able to play music on my channel. This is absurd. And then Madison then took the skip through function off for these damn ads. Like, girl, boy, sir. I love me some Tiana Taylor. I think her album, that last album, 7, that album just gave me old 90s old school Aaliyah tees. I love that album. But Tiana, girl, you is the most boring person in the interview. ever in the world. And I do not believe that your show is going to be entertaining because you boring, girl. You can dance, you can sing. Her music is on point. I think she is a cutie pie, but oh, she can't interview. Oh God, what is this man talking about?
This one right here, this bubble, this pussy clock right here, I'm finna find this one and I gotta turn the lights on. Let me turn on the lights, bitch. Let me turn on the lights. Sweet, you can't talk no shit to me about Patty. What's Patty name? Patty Holt. You know Patty be short. She on the what you? Oh, she about to do Whitney. Oh no, yeah.
Oh, I don't know why this man is sitting here with his fake boobs on. Kaya said that Madison can't even walk around because he got so much stuff injected into his thighs and legs and his butt that it hurt when he walked like K. Michelle. I can't. Oh, goodness. Hey, Luna, thank you. Luna said she hit the like button. No, he still has a penis. He peed standing up on the show. Charles said, I gotta love when people who have no idea about guns try to tell people about guns. Exactly. And like I said, I'm not gonna sit here in front and act like I am a gun-toting member of society because I am too afraid that I will literally shoot the shit out of somebody, okay? My mama has shot at somebody. My grandmama shot her. My grandma shot her sister husband. My other grandma shot her boyfriend car up when she found out he was sleeping with some girl at her job. My auntie shot her husband because he slapped her. Every woman in my family that shot somebody. So I'm afraid that I ain't afraid. That don't mean that everybody else's Second Amendment rights need to be taken away because I'm too irresponsible to hold a firearm. I'm not mature enough yet, and I know that. That doesn't mean that you responsible Americans should have your Second Amendment right taken away. And I will hope in the event of a zombie apocalypse that my neighbors is ready. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm too irresponsible and high-headed. Couldn't wait. There's too many people I would like to shoot to be running around here with a gun. I ain't trying to be on Orange is the New Black. But these kids damn sure don't know nothing about the Second Amendment. They don't know nothing about guns, rights. They don't know communism from democracy. They don't know what the hell going on. I can't watch shows or movies with transgenders. It makes me feel uneasy inside. You seen Tu Wan Fu? Because Wesley Snipes, no, he was wrong for that. I don't know why he chose that. Yes, my grandma shot her sister husband in the leg. And that's one person I know about. What's up, Marco? Shit, my great grandma used to sit on the porch with her gun in her apron. She just shot a couple niggas before. That's my dad used to tell me too much stuff. Like as a kid, he just tell me everybody business. He ain't care, okay? But the moral of the story is all the women in my family that busted cap in somebody's ass. And all of them got away with it. Oh man, Nah, yeah, these kids can't be telling the people, grown people, what to do. They're ridiculous. What happened to Sabrina? Did she? Okay, so look, I'm gonna put my email in here in the box. Okay, thekkikigreen@gmail. Okay. And if your job getting on your nerves and you think it might be time to sue their ass, then send me an email if you need some advisement. I ain't gonna say I'm no expert. I'm just saying I done won about 6 lawsuits. Soon as I start at your job, just call me a nigger and slap me on the ass right away. I'm going ahead and get this popping. Don't even hesitate. Just sign. Here's your orientation papers. Sign here, sign here, sign here. Then use a racial slur and grab my butt so I can just go ahead and sue your ass. Just wanted to say the chemical bond of the drug Adderall is the same as methamphetamine, except for missing one bond. So how does that affect how would you say that affects the chemical compound in the brain? Methamphetamine is, I thought it was a bunch of synthetic stuff, but I don't know what all is in meth, but I know it's like synthetic. It's not like a meth tree or something. So you're saying Adderall is very similar to meth. Would you say it's a healthier alternative if there's such a thing, or how do you feel about that? I was going to send you my report on the cancer industry and how alternative cancer medicines have been looked down by oncologists. Oh, yeah, send me that. I was watching live streams from the protest yesterday. Those were damn block parties. Oh, I bet. That's why they can give it to the schools. Okay. But then they want to lock it up in the nurse's office and dole it out one pill at a time because they're scared that the kids is going to sell it, which they are. We had a whole pharmacy in high school. They used to give me codeine for my cramps. And I didn't like codeine because codeine makes you sound, well, I don't know everybody else, but it made me like sensitive to light, and it was too easy for me to get a headache. I already didn't want to be at school as it was, and then like the noise, like the locker slamming and that kind of stuff. And then one of my homegirls was like, let me get one. And then her boyfriend found out that I had gave her some codeine, and he was like, you know how much that shit going for? I said no. He like $2 or $3, but around here, I could get you $5 a pill. I said, no shit. Hey, this is the same one I told y'all that I used to do all the drugs in middle school. He was like, I can get you $5 a pill. Oh, well, have at it. I mean, I didn't even know people took drugs recreationally. I was like, why would you want one? Do you have cramps? Do you have the cramps? No. They just wanted some drugs. All right, y'all. What else going on before I get out of here? Let me tell y'all one more thing he did. So this the kid with the dope at the school, right? So what I didn't know was he was selling E to the science teacher. I should have figured it out since her hair was purple. But anyway, she like, I want you guys to create a mobile, and you could do anything you want, any topic you want for your project, right? What kind of assignment is that? Do a project on anything you want to. This fool came in there and made a mobile of e-pills, okay? And had them all cut out, a bunch of circles, and had them colored in different colors. And he was like, And this is a blue dolphin, and it has a compound of this, and this. And if you do that, this happens, and that happens. I was just cracking up. And he got an A too. It was very informative though for the kids who were doing E, I guess. Everybody used to get high. I mean, to the point where it wasn't nothing. I used to be on shrooms and all kinds of stuff. I was always too scary. Why would he be apologizing? Killer Mike is apologizing for an NRA video. Because first of all, Killer Mike, mama, daddy, grandmama, and great grandmama is all police. So I wish he would say anything against it.
What are you really marching for? He can tell you everything that's happened with the marching issue. It's systematic. Yeah. But this idea that because I'm a gun owner or I'm hardcore about the Second Amendment, or you know, from that perspective, it's like that doesn't mean that I lack the empathy or the ability to sympathize. Not at all. If anything, it's quite the opposite. It's like we disagree about how we both want to save these kids' lives. Yeah. Period. But somehow, because my method doesn't agree with your method, I'm a monster. Yeah. Or something wrong. That's unfair. You know what I mean? I have worked as a tireless advocate on the behalf of children, disenfranchised women in my community, and I've also worked with gun groups like Georgians Against Gun Violence that are not, you know, the most pro-secondary. But I say if there's a table to be sat at, the gun owner needs to be there. So I kind of try to see a problem from the whole perspective. And there have been things that you disagree with me. There's things I disagree with you. As friends, we've talked, right? But there was something dead on that the woman who's the NRA spokesman said. And everyone just kind of lost it. What's her name? Dana. Dana says something. I don't agree with everything Dana says, but Dana says that the tears of white mothers are like ratings. And that's so true. And it was so sad to hear her acknowledge it. But it's true. And black people know it's true because black people say it in conversations in coffee houses to themselves. A lot of people who think they woke out here will realize very quickly they ain't so woke. You not woke. You not woke. Wakanda, everybody had guns. Spears and everything else you need. Yeah, like you can't continue to be the lackey. Yeah. Like people are accusing you of being a lackey of the NRA. Well, you're a lackey of the progressive movement because you have never disagreed with the people who tell you what to do. Like, think about that. You have never disagreed with. You've never said to them, "Hey, hold up, hold on." Football players just got shot by an armed white man. For a traffic argument, a black teenager got shot by an armed white man in a gas station because he had played his music loud. Where were you then? Where? Like when you start calling, like you almost have to do like a girlfriend when you list all the stuff you've done for the boyfriend. And if you're not in a reciprocal relationship, why are you in this relationship? Because the same people I see dogging you out will be the same people I see posting a month from now says, "Why weren't you at our Black Women's March?" You know, we've had something for so long, especially when we talk about the generations that come into me, right? Some things I always feel this way. Yeah, there are things that I learned about and took upon them as time went on. But we get to a point where we're like, bro, we don't need this anymore. We're so progressive. We progress past this. Yeah. I'm like, you're gonna progress us right off a cliff. You keep going in this. You're gonna progress us into slavery. Yeah. Like, you know, people say, "Oh, slavery can't exist." Slavery does exist now. Slavery exists according to the 13th Amendment. They never abolished it. The same people who are telling you we need to abolish the Second Amendment, they ain't there for the documentary 13. They're not there to march to end that. You know, that begins to be my question. Like, what is an ally? Because an ally is not necessarily a friend. Yeah. Right? It's not necessarily it's not fam. We have a mutual interest in something that progresses us both. Why are your allies not fighting your other fights with the same vigor you're fighting these? I told my kids on the school walkout, "I love you. You walk out that school, walk out my house." That's simple. We are a gun owning family. Yeah. We are a family where my sister farms. We're a family where we'll fish. wish we'll hunt, but we are not a family that jumps on every single thing an ally of ours does, because some stuff we just don't agree with. Here we are, we have a march that's going on next week. And biggest celebrities are donating millions to a march. While our inner city schools over here are in deplorable conditions. We're donating $3 million to a march about gun control. But yet we have communities over here that are in economic downpour. Like it's ridiculous to me. Celebrities often don't know what to do. They're told what to do. I have a celebrity very famous, like sold well over 20, 30 million records, called me and said, "Hey Mike, what you doing right now?" I said, "I ain't doing nothing." He said, "Can I call you?" I was like, "What's up?" Called me. He was at a radio station. They were pressuring him to do a anti-gun thing. And I could tell he wasn't comfortable with it. He said, "Would you mind explaining them and why you?" And I said, very simple. I said, "You're an African American. 54 years out of apartheid. I'm very pro Second Amendment. This is why. And before you say, well, what about the children? My daughter goes to Savannah State University. There was also a shooting on that campus. Talked to my wife and daughter after that. The decision was, we're going to go to Savannah. She's going to get a gun and train more."
Child, let me tell y'all. So I told you about that conversation earlier, okay? The bra was whining about gun control and these kids. And I said, these kids ain't tortured, they terrorized, traumatized, they just want to get out of class. She go on and on with this long ass response. So I'm like, what in homeschooling? She don't have no response. I'm not even going, but what irritated me was, you know what, I ain't even trying to get disrespectful on here because I felt up like, girl, it's not necessary to be disrespectful. It's an open forum. You trolling the person who posted the comment. So then can't nobody say nothing to you. You don't have no damn alternative view. You know what I'm saying? It's not even really, technically, it's not even a matter of opinion. You're dead ass wrong. This is the Constitution. This is what it is. And we're not changing it for you and for nobody else. Why? Because we have to make sure that we keep our government at bay, the same government that you don't trust, yet you don't want to have a weapon. It don't make no sense. And the thing is that really irritates me, and I'm sorry, but Black women got this real fucking bad. Got it so bad. For all the shit that I get on this internet and talk, where are all these racist people? Where are all the racist white people? Where are all of the trannies? I don't use no proper gender pronouns. All I know is boy, girl, man, or woman. Not both, not transitioning. Whatever you was at birth, that's it. If you was born with a uterus, you're a girl. Go on ahead and put genitals on the bathroom doors so we don't have this problem. Since you want to play word games, put a uterus on the damn door. If you don't have a uterus, then you can't come in here and pee. Unless you had it removed. You know what I'm saying? But don't play with me. So then why is it that out of all these billions of people, why is it the only ones that always want to go back and forth and I got to argue with is Negroes? Especially when your ass is fucking wrong. The Constitution is the Constitution. We're not getting ready to change it. Number one. Number two, them kids should be out there fucking marching over them vaccines they get, poisoning themselves with them vaccines. We poison them with. Why I don't see nobody out here marching against them drug companies like that that's giving the kids the Adderall that one of y'all was just saying is the same as methamphetamine. The prescription drugs are more responsible for this than the damn guns. And ain't nobody trying to ban them. But I can't even get into a logical debate because all you bitches want to do, and I ain't talking about y'all, I'm talking about these bitches who I would love to give them a piece of my mind. They don't want it. Oh, I ain't got time for this. I know your dumb ass don't have time for it. That's why you should just be quiet. Stop pretending like you care about politics because you want to look cute for these men, because the men know better. They're not being fooled. They know your scary ass ain't finna do nothing to nobody. So after she said she let it go, okay, it's let go then. I go on my Facebook and somebody like, I don't know who that was, but you made the right decision and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh yeah, she's a clown. Bitch, I'll beat your ass though. What you'll never do is tell me to my face I'm a clown. So stop acting hard on the internet. Don't do it. please, this is the reason why, like, this is, I'm telling y'all, my personal Facebook page, what is it, like 15 people? Obviously, it's too many. Like, it's to the point where I can't even be friends with people who are friends with liberals. Because if my friend posts something, I should be able to comment without there being all this nonsense. If we're having an open conversation, we should be able to have a conversation about the topic. The fact that you have to name, call, and girl by and all of that is because you cannot hold your own in a debate. And it's irritating as fuck. Like, I'm sorry. It's irritating. And then on top of that, I ain't got the energy to be giving these bitches no whole paragraph. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not even my thing. I don't have the energy to give you no whole damn paragraph. If the schools ain't unsafe, then watch them yourself. I don't believe that the schools are unsafe. I believe this is propaganda and bullshit. However, if you believe that this is really, really going on everywhere, your child is unsafe any minute, any one of these, mind you, y'all, I would even hear this gun control shit if the shooters were all grown ass men coming on campuses. These are not grown men. These are your own students that you had. If the child is damn 18 years old and they crazy, but they went to elementary, middle school, and high school in this neighborhood, then y'all contributed to it. So what you over here doing making these kids crazy? Don't nobody want to take the responsibility. So it's not the parents' fault. It's not nobody's fault for giving these kids Adderall and all that type of other stuff. There's all kind of there's all kind of contributing factors. If the gun was the only contributing factor, then everybody who had a gun would be shooting. So obviously there are several different contributing factors. I went back and watched Bowling for Columbine, which reminds me I need to take my stuff back to the library. I watched Bowling for Columbine the other day just to try to compare what the narrative was after Columbine to today, and it was very similar. Michael Moore spent 2 hours trying to discredit every other reason other than gun control laws. It couldn't possibly be Marilyn Manson. Hey, let's talk to Marilyn Manson. Oh yeah, hi, I'm Marilyn Manson. And I know I look creepy, but it's not my fault because I talk about murder, murder, kill, kill. I'm not influencing your kids. It's the media. It's the media. And then the media says, what? It's not my fault. Just because they have violent movies and stuff here, there's violent movies in other countries. Oh, y'all gonna love this. I think it makes a lot of broad assumptions about how much real choice people have when it comes to neighborhoods they live in, schools they send their kids to, especially Black people and people of limited means. Homeschool isn't a viable choice for a lot of families for many reasons. Namely, both parents are to work outside of the home. I happen to have to send my child to a private school where I think he's safer and cared for. Okay. That's not a choice that everybody has. And I don't think it's too much to ask for every parent to be able to send their kids to a school and not need to worry about gun violence. Having lower expectations of our school and society more broadly feels like a failure of the imagination to me. Okay, boo. See, I ain't got all them words for y'all. She just wanted to find a cute way to fucking be a smart ass. It feels like a failure of imagination. Well, listen here. I don't want to hear it. Let me get out this bitch real quick, y'all. Let me put Homeboy back on. Got time for these hoes. Not on today.
And after that, they said, Mike, we never heard that perspective. We surely respect and understand it. And they start pressuring him to do something he didn't want to do. And that ain't just guns. When as a celebrity, they ask me, hey, will you do this anti-bullying drop for radio? Absolutely not. Why? Because your child needs to get punched in the face so he can learn to punch someone back.
Exactly.
And that isn't saying that it's right to be punched in the face. That's saying that sure, you're an adult, something or someone's going to punch you in your face. And you have to develop the aptitude and the fortitude to fight back. And that's just not in the physical. Yeah. You know, we are raising a generation of kids where everyone gets a trophy. But in real life, everyone don't get a trophy. You know, in real life, the cops don't come on time. You know, in real life, depending on where you live, you're not going to have the time to try to logic your way out of something.
Ordering now. Offer ends soon. Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
Next guest is one of the biggest names in hip-hop, a civic leader and an activist. Please welcome Killer Mike. Hello, Mike. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. My wife put me on a diet. I lost 4 pounds, and now I can't keep my pants up.
Thank you. Thank you for wearing your formal sweats for us tonight.
Actually, these are formal. This is my PTA meeting outfit.
Oh, really? When you have to go talk?
Yeah, exactly. When I got to go talk around other parents, you don't want to dress like a flapper. Put on a sweatsuit that has a cardigan sweater.
I'm sorry, but hold on.
When you go meet like your kids in elementary school,
yeah,
the teachers go, "Now, Killer Mike, I want to talk to you."
Well, yeah. Well, they say that after we discuss why my child is fighting.
Could have anything to do with your name, Killer Mike.
It's the girls that are fighting. The boys
really?
are pretty good. Yeah,
hello, girls can fight?
Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Why Killer Mike?
Well, I didn't name myself, so I want to say it wasn't like some kid was standing in a mirror and decided he looked like a killer. I actually would have been like Bugatti Mike or Ferrari Mike.
Oh, okay.
But I rapped against a kid as a kid, and I rapped against him really well, and then 7, 8 other guys, and the guy stood on the desk much like this and said, "That kid's a killer." And after that, no one ever called me skunk again in my life. It was just killer.
Killer. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Now, your original name is Michael Render.
Michael
right?
Render.
That's a good name too. Mike Render.
Yeah,
it's like you're tearing the mic apart.
Yeah. And my daughter's name is also Michael Render.
Your daughter's name is Michael?
My youngest daughter is Michael.
That's a pretty name for a girl.
I think so. Yeah. She got to stop fighting.
We all have to stop fighting. Yeah. We all have to stop fighting. You're as I said, you're a civic leader. You're socially active.
I am
a hip hop artist.
I own barbershops.
You do own barbershops.
I'm a part of a very good rap group called Run the Jewels. Working on
now, meanwhile, a homegirl jumped in here trying to co-sign for this damn dingbat. She missed the whole point. The girl tried to tell me it's people who are traumatized. I'm dealing with. I know somebody right now who's traumatized. Their kids traumatized. If you don't know, you haven't been in a situation like that. And what if your child was traumatized because there was an active shooter at their school and they got hurt or worse? And my response to that was, then wouldn't homeschool be the solution? See, this is the other thing about you liberals. Cannot continue with a stream of thought, because it was supposed to be initially my whole thing was that these kids are out here marching because they're getting out of school. I stand by that. They don't have no clear understanding of gun laws or the Constitution. They're marching because they get out of school. They literally bust them in, gave them sandwiches, let them out of class. Regardless to whether this is a worthy, noble cause or not, they get out of school. Now, because homegirl cannot really refute that, her best response was to make up this mythical child who has been in an active shooter situation at school who is now so traumatized. Okay, so since you're traumatized because they were shooting at your school, then the solution would be that you need to stay home and be homeschooled since it's not viable for me to move you and all this other type of shit. And we're talking about high school kids. You don't have to be at home with your high school kid. When they get homeschooled, they get a packet. You ain't got to stay home and babysit them. You can still take your ass to work. Shit. I had to add that point. And we're talking high school. Now, maybe you don't want to homeschool. Maybe you can't. Maybe you don't have the wherewithal, but you know there are risks that you are running. In the event that those risks become a reality, then that means that you need to fucking recalibrate. Now, it's one thing to send your kid to a school and hope they don't get shot. It's one thing to send your kid to school and hope there isn't an active shooter situation. It's another damn thing for it to happen in real life and you still send your kid back to the same school district that watched the kid get bullied and didn't say anything. I told y'all I got bullied. I mean, we didn't call it bullying. I never considered it bullying, but it was people who didn't like me and who talk shit to me every day. I would just walk past them and they would call me names and all kind of stuff like that. Till I start putting these paws on them. Why did I have to put the pause on them? Because the school district didn't say anything. I didn't go get a weapon. I didn't go get a gun. No, I didn't need to. But this is the same school district now who they watch the kid get bullied. Y'all excuses that they're getting bullying. Bullying does not lead to being a murderer just because you got bullied. In the same way that just because you got molested as a child doesn't mean that you're going to grow up and be Amber Rose and be out here thotting it up trying to damn send all the other kids into the bullshit. These are individual choices being made by people who don't know how to make good choices. Okay, so the school already done failed the child because they're not teaching them self-esteem or life skills. The child's being bullied. They're not doing anything about that. They're not reprimanding the other kids who are bullying them. The child who was being bullied becomes a bully himself. They still don't do anything about that. People are saying that he's calling them, he's calling them names. He's threatening to kill them. He sent somebody text messages saying he's going to kill them. He can't wait to see him bleeding in the grass. You still didn't do shit about that. So then the school shooting happens. Nobody can call this some isolated incident. So why would you send your child? You understand what I'm saying? Everybody's complicit. So why would you send your child into that situation? Why would you continue to do that? Because you fucking lazy. Oh, well, some people ain't got the means and some people ain't got this and some people ain't got that. Hold up. Because the schools in the ghetto are all hardened. So those are the some people who don't have the money. Them kids in Parkland got bread. Fuck you mean? They got money. So what you talking about? What are you talking about? It's like I be really needing these little broads to grow the hell up. Grow your ass up, girl. You're not doing no research and you're not doing the education, because if you ever did some education, you would defend the Constitution over every individual. It's not about the Constitution. I mean, the individual. It's about the Constitution that keeps this country, that makes sure that our children have a nation and our children's children have a nation. These people act like America is the first and only country ever in the world. What do you think was going down before America? So let's just go by the narrative. First of all, I do not believe that millions of slaves were brought here on boats from Africa. Where are the boats? Where is the evidence? I don't believe you. Okay, but let's just say that that's what happened. Now on paper, they can only account for bringing 300,000 slaves over here, and 300,000 people don't make 4 million. So that's cute. So look, but let's just say they did. Let's just say they did. If you look at all the different invasions and shit, and the Byzantines and the Turks did holy wars here and there, and how you think they did all that shit? Them people ain't had no automatic weapons. They didn't have no AR-15. How you think the Roman Empire? How you think the Chinese and the Soviet Union, and how you think these people was ruthless? And if we were sitting in, listen, United States, South America, Africa, whatever, wherever you was, and you didn't have no weapons, you was getting your ass conquered. Period, point blank, and the period. So regardless to whether you ended up colonized by the British, by the European, by the French, or by the Spaniard, if y'all didn't have no weapons, you were going to get colonized regardless. Those are the facts.com. So I don't even understand why people want to act like this country is the first ever country to ever do anything wrong and ever. No. This is the only country that goes and uses guns to go fight in wars and die for other people with shit that don't have nothing to do with us. It's not perfect. It ain't perfect. And it also ain't Afghanistan. Like I said, I don't want Walmart. I need Wingstop, Wi-Fi. I mean, I don't want Wakanda. I want Wingstop and Wi-Fi. Shit, and Walmart, not Wakanda. I ain't hating. Send me a postcard. You know, people want to act like this is the worst country ever invented or whatever, and that's that communist, liberal, brainwashed CNN bullshit, and it's not the truth. Go look at Africa, and then it's so funny when people be like, "Oh my God, you hating on Africa? I'm hating on Africa, or it's Africa hating on Africa." Have you seen that shit? I don't want to go live over there. So the thing is, why are we acting like this country is just so horrible? With the founders that came here, they left Great Britain where you had a monarchy that was doing whatever they wanted to do. Bye, honey. Have a good day. And the church doing whatever they want to do. The Catholics doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. You think the king is running shit? Come to find out, the Pope is running. They didn't have no middle class. They had a feudal system, which is why they didn't think nothing of coming over here and putting the people that was here to work and allowing them to live on the land and giving them nothing. You know why? Because that's how they lived in Europe, and they weren't even slaves. They was like, shit, at least it don't snow. At least y'all got some decent weather. It's not right. But we ain't talking about 2020. We talking about these damn near hell coming out the dark ages. They wasn't sophisticated, y'all. They did what they had always done. Where they come from, you work for the king for protection. You work on his land. You get to keep some of what you're doing. The rest of it goes to the king. Wasn't no damn middle class. Okay, so now, since I done came over here and pilgrimaged over to America, I done carved out this spot. So that makes me the king of this land right here. And I'm going to treat y'all like how they treated me. And there's nothing to get you. And you can live here and you can eat some of this shit and you know enough to stay alive. And then, of course, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And then it was brutal and got ridiculous, even more ridiculous. And then after slavery was over, guess what? The slaves didn't leave. They called them indentured servants and shit and sharecroppers. It was the same thing, though. It's the same thing. And I only bring that up because we keep using slavery to qualify every fucking bad decision. Stop. Shit, stop. It. It's not a matter of, being dismissive or what was a long time ago or none of that. Don't have nothing to do with that. It's about just being historically accurate in order to be able to be a critic, to think critically. And you can't think critically if you're gonna be so fucking emotional when you ain't picked near cotton. This is why I ain't going to Telly said my daddy from Africa. He ain't going back. This is why I ain't picking no cotton. Listen here. I'm bougie. I'm bougie as hell. I won't even work in the food industry. My ancestors have done enough serving. I ain't got no please, thank you. Do you want fries with that? None of that shit. I am bougie, okay? I'm going to go to college, to the universities, okay? To the university so I can try to move up in class because unlike medieval Europe, you couldn't move in class. However you was born was how you was going to die. Your poor ass had some kids. Your kids, you got some poor ass kids. Wasn't none of this, I'm going to go play basketball and make millions of dollars and move my mommy and daddy up out the hood. Wasn't none of this, I'm finna go gang bang on wax and move my mommy and daddy up out the hood. Wasn't no alternative. If you was born broke, you would die broke. That's how the fuck shit went on this planet for eons. Eons. This is the first country to say, we're going to thrive off a middle class. We're not going to have a dictatorship. We're not going to let the government tell us everything, dictate every aspect of our life. In fact, we're going to separate into a bunch of nation states. And we can have whatever policies we want, but we're going to come together in case somebody try to invade us and they're going to get a collective ass whooping. And then we're going to go back to doing what we were doing. You know, so it's so much, it's like, there's such a contempt and a disdain for history, for knowledge, for information. There's such a disdain. And then a disdain again for solutions. Because what Black people hate is an inconvenient solution. Oh, they violent over here. Bitch, move. Okay. I don't live in the ghetto. I'll tell you that right now. I don't live in the ghetto. I don't want to. I got one of my best friends live in the hood. When I say the hood, she live in the hood. And she the realest girl I know. The realest. Ain't nothing fake about her. And guess what? I will go all the way across town and hang out with her whenever I want to. And her house is clean. She keep her shit together, okay? But she balling on a budget. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But when I go to her house, I'm not worried about getting caught up in nothing because she don't keep bullshit. She ain't dating a dope dealer. She don't do drugs. She not, you know what I'm saying? She don't attract bullshit. Now, I don't stay over there all night. You know what I'm saying? I leave at a reasonable hour, but I'm just saying. But my bougie ass is going to pay a little bit extra because I don't like to see other people living in poverty and squalor and all of these kids running around here struggling and stuck on stupid. It pains my heart. I don't even like going to the Caribbean because I don't want to see poor Black people on my vacation. That's not a vacation. Okay? That's a damn a UN Salvation Army trip or something like that. I'm coming to bring y'all some food and read to the kids or something. I'm not coming to how I'm gonna sit here and lay on the beach and sip my ties and you know, in front of these poor children. Same reason I don't go to Mexico. I don't want to go to Tijuana as soon as you cross the border. It's all them poor ass kids. Poor. You want to buy some beads and buy this and buy that and you feel bad. So them ain't my vacation spots. You know, I'm keeping it real. Trying to get as far away out the hood as possible because you can't have nothing in the hood. I'm not scared of the hood. I'm not scared to go into the hood. However, I don't play in people's hood either. Going and standing outside, standing around, standing on the porch, hanging out. I don't hang out. I don't do nigga shit. When I was coming up, I got some hood ass friends. Shit. That's cool. And the thing is, like these bougie ass bitches on this Facebook, friends with my friend that I'm on Facebook with, whose thread that is, he's an attorney. We went to that bougie ass Black college together. Ain't no telling where he picked these bougie ass bitches up from. Ain't no telling. I don't have decent conversations with them bougie bitches. I have more real conversations with my hood friends. Shit, I got a homegirl who ain't graduate high school. That bitch know everything. She know everything. That girl got good common sense. Now, she don't show up nowhere on time. And she half-ass do what she say she gonna do. But the girl got good common sense. These bougie bitches are stuck on stupid because they think the whole world is the way that they live. They don't live in the ghetto where somebody running up in their house, but then want to turn around and try to speak for poor people. Some people don't have the means. Bitch, we ain't talking about people who don't have the means. We talk about white kids who live in a suburban area who damn sure got the means and they in high school. You don't need your mommy and daddy to stay home and babysit with you when you in high school. What is you talking about? That kind of shit make my head hurt. I can't take it. Like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. And then because you can't win an argument, you want to call somebody out their name, but I don't never see you bitches in real life as never. Never. You would never just be like, somebody share their opinion and then you're like, oh, you're a clown. That's that shit y'all do on the internet to show off for these little boys. Oh, they get on my damn nerves. He said he want me to marry a Guyanan. I'm like, somebody must want a green card. I dated one African. My husband gonna now tell you the story. I dated one African dude the one African, he was really nice, and he was from Cameroon. He was like, "Oh, I take you back to my country, you beautiful light-skinned woman." I said, "I ain't light-skinned." He said, "In my country, you are." Okay, that shit was funny, right? Then he was like, he said, "You're the first American black woman." Yes, I am going to use this accent. And homeboy used to text in the accent. That was a funny part. He used to text in the accent. Oh, God, I was forwarded to all my friends. We'd be laughing like shit. He text with an accent. So he'd be like, they told me, he said, "When I came here, they told me stay away from American black woman." I said, "Well, so then what kind of women do you talk to?" "Spanish women, white women. You are the first American black woman that I have ever talked to." "What is that? Why did they tell you stay away from us?" "They said that you all have bad attitudes." I said, "Attitude? Hot as it is in Africa, you telling me that the black women in Africa ain't got no attitude?" Because, whenever it's hot, everybody got an attitude. You trying to tell me ain't nobody got no attitude in Africa? He started laughing. "Yeah, they do. They do. They do. They do." "Okay, so why you coming over here acting brand new? Why you acting brand new?" And him and his roommate, they spoke French. And he tried to get me to eat. So I don't know. Everything he cooked had beans with it. And I was like, "You ain't got no chicken." So when I broke up with him, I mean, he wasn't like my boyfriend, but I wasn't really that attracted to him. It wasn't even really nothing really wrong with him. I just wasn't into him like that. So he kept bothering me, trying to get me to come over. He said, "Oh, you don't want to come over?" First, and he ain't had no TV too. That was the other thing that was getting on my nerves. Well, he had a TV, but he ain't had no cable. He said, "I turned the cable on so you can come over and watch your stupid shit." Talking about the reality TV. "I got cable so you can watch stupid shit. I bought you chicken wings. I do not understand the problem. I do not understand. What is it you want me to do?" Oh gosh, she was so adorable. Hilarious. Hilarious. He said them African women do. My dad told my mom he wanted to marry her the first day he met her. See, I told you. Then the first 30 days, they're going to let you know. They're going to let you know if they're going to marry you. They can't wait to tell you. Gilbert said, "You write about European society influencing early American culture. Primogeniture is a term when the second son came from Europe because the first son inherited the family wealth." Gilbert, can you tell that to black people? This is why black people always fighting when somebody die, because they want to sit here and dole shit out. You gonna get my class ring, and you're gonna get this, and you're gonna get this, and you're gonna get this, and then everybody's sitting up fighting. No, it's supposed to go to the firstborn. Now, maybe I'm biased because I'm the firstborn. But this is why these kids are so damn disrespectful too. Shit, the firstborn gotta gotta raise the rest of the damn kids. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil now. You ain't watch neither one of them kids. Whatever right with them, whatever wrong with them, it's my fault. Because I'm telling you what didn't happen. My parents didn't raise them, okay? They did not. You're supposed to raise kids, not have somebody watch them. Watch your sister, watch your brother, watch them. I'm watching them. But I'm not raising them. Shit, then they get out of control and you got to start trying to raise them. And then the little bastards grow up and don't respect you. But if they knew that family wealth was getting passed down to the oldest, they wouldn't be talking smack every time the wind blew up their ass. And I'm specifically talking about my sister. Let me tell you what her ass did. She tried my whole entire existence. Ambi said, "What does marching do? The purpose in the 50s and 60s was to publicly display the cruelty of the opposition that showed up at the marches. These new marches have no real purpose." No, they don't. Jesse said, "The problem with this movement is they're wasting time, energy, and space. This is teens killing teens, and these teens are not addressing that issue." No, they're not. They're acting as if 1 + 2 = 5. You're skipping a whole bunch of other steps before said kid starts going on a murderous rampage. And even in the ghetto where there is gun violence, it's it's a conflict. I'm from a rival gang, or, you know, I'm defending myself or something. There are instances, of course, where you have people trying to get street cred too, you know, but more often than anything in the hood, when innocent people are killed, is simply because these people the shooter don't know what they're doing. They're holding a gun sideways, trying to be cool, and they hitting everything but the damn target. But the inner city school does not have an issue with kids just showing up and randomly trying to shoot 17 kids. With that being said, I don't believe suburban schools are having that problem either. Now, with the Columbine situation, even though the video footage is awfully fuzzy and that even their story doesn't entirely add up, and we know that most of the kids there at that school were children of people who are in part of one of them alphabet, CIA, FBI, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Federal wildlife or something. I don't know. My neighbor had the wildlife feds over here the other day. I don't know what the hell they was over here doing. Ain't no telling. I can only use my imagination. Okay. But they had all the alphabet boys up there at Columbine like this. We know something is strange, but they still have video footage. Here it is 20 years later, and I can't get no video footage of what happened in Florida, not of the shooter coming or going. Nothing. You picked him up at a convenience store. And kids are very brave. Like, I honestly do not believe that something like that is going to go down and people are not going to fight for their lives in the same way I don't believe somebody took over an airplane with a damn box cutter. Like, stop telling me this shit. But then when I see people like this stupid bitch on Facebook, what's her name? Kendra Mitchell, and this other heifer, what's his bitch name? V Weaver. When I see people like these dumbass bitches like this is why I know they get on TV and say anything. This is how I know they get on TV and they say anything. This is how I know. Why? Because it's people like them that's going to believe it. It's people that's going to believe it. Let me see if this lady done posted my grades yet. Why is my Loud Cloud not working? Come on, boo. That shit grinds my damn gears. That's all they do. Listen to TV and regurgitate what they heard everybody say and then don't want to step out. It's like, clearly you people have not sat back and looked at what I'm saying logically. If the school is unsafe, then don't send them in there. Because ain't none of these laws going to protect your child like you can. Period. Point and the blank. But what, bitch? Ain't no but. Who can protect your child more than you? Nobody. So if you insist and you must send them to these damn indoctrination camps where they're not learning shit, then guess what? You're doing so at your own risk. So if it's not working out for you, then you need to find them another school. I don't know what else to tell you, because you don't get to change you don't get to change the Constitution with the hopes that it's gonna empower somebody else to do your job for you. It's your job to keep your baby safe. Yours. The fuck? Soon as I brought my daughter home at 4 pounds, we want you to take her here and she needs to go have an eye retina scan. She needs to do this. I'm not putting my child at 4 months old back in the car to do nothing. We're going to this one pediatric appointment around the corner and that's it. And I don't want to do that because the only place the baby could possibly get sick is at the doctor's office where the sick kids go. Okay? It's my responsibility to keep her safe. Not just to blindly follow everybody's recommendation, because all these people want is money. All they want is my insurance money. They don't care. They hope my baby come up there and get sick because that means more money for them. And it's just like time for people to wake up and use their own damn brain. Gee, and then want to be name calling, and you're wrong. You know how I know you're wrong? Because here it is right here in the Constitution. You're wrong. C said, I can't stay in the hood for more than 5 minutes. I heard that. Ram said, I ain't going there, period. Terry said, hello, Kiki. Glad to see you. What did you think about the new bill Trump had to sign? Also, your thoughts on the march. Sorry, coming in late. My Hannah is in private Christian school. I heard that. I mean, basically, the Congress put up this raggedy bill. Trump said he ain't doing it again, and it is what it is. You know, I'm still thankful that Hillary is my president. Y'all not going to see me turn on him. Like, just short of him, I don't know. He would have to do something really drastic. If he, like, Trump said if he shoots somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue, he won't lose no supporters. If he shoots somebody, I'm going to ask, what did they do? What did they do? Because I'm so thankful that the globalists are not running this country the way that they were. And so where he has to make concessions and where, you know, for example, he talked about a black agenda he wanted us to have. It's not his fault that Omarosa's hating, jealous ass didn't want no other black people in there but her. And she called the Do Nothing Black Caucus that she knew wasn't going to do nothing to come in there to not do nothing. And now it ain't no more black agenda. That's not Trump's fault. These are our elected officials in Congress. We must remember. We must remember these are our elected officials. If we're not going to hold them to task and hold them to the carpet, I don't expect him to keep taking out shit. He got a lot of stuff to worry about. I don't expect him to keep piling on headaches. It's temporary anyway. It's not like this is the spending bill for all the rest of eternity. You know, this is what they always get, is whatever the hell they want. What else is new? I know he's put enough of a hurting on these people, and it's only March, and they can't sleep at night as it is. Sure. So we on Trump, we just gonna ride this thing out. Oh well, he said he ain't like it, but he ain't doing it no more. Whatever, Mr. President. I support you because the truth is that they don't deserve you around here. They don't deserve you. What they deserve is for you to keep making ties in China, minding your own business, attending your kids' wedding, golfing, hanging out with your grandkids. You're 70 years old. You don't have to do shit, Mr. President. You're supposed to be getting the discount coffee at the McDonald's, reading the newspaper, and minding your business. Because you have lived and done what you were supposed to do. You left a legacy for your children. You ain't got to do shit. So the mere fact that this elderly man has to get up every day and fight with these people is more than what we can ask for, all to protect us from Hillary Clinton, because he knew that lunatic was getting ready to be the president. And you talking about the kids getting shot, the kids was about to be missing. They were about to be missing because Hillary was going to come snatch them all up right out the damn school. Speaking of schools, I don't know if y'all seen this. It was a black woman she posted on Facebook, CPS coming to take her children. She got into a physical altercation with her boyfriend. She said that the boyfriend was beating up on her. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. But CPS went up to the children's school and interviewed them. And then use whatever was said by these children to come and then take them away from her. And guess what I got from that? I said, see, these schools, you should not be able to come up there and talk to nobody's child about nothing. Not because she was abusing them, but because her crazy ex came and whooped her ass. And then now here comes CPS, and she's not a very intelligent or articulate person, and she was not able to properly defend herself. The school is not a safe place for your child. They don't mean them no good. And we all had a shitty experience, so I don't even know why we're so busy trying to pass it down onto our kids, other than the fact that it's inconvenient for us to do it ourselves. If you really think about it, most of the stuff that you actually know, you didn't even learn at school. And I'm a very pro-education person. Y'all know I am. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You have to be very proactive in your own education, because these people don't give a damn about how intelligent you are. Sure, I heard that. And listen, I have a homegirl, she's a black woman. She does hair. She homeschooled her son. He just graduated from high school at 16 years old. He's brilliant. Okay, little white girl at the library, 16 years old, just graduated high school, got a job, tutoring kids, getting ready to go to college. Okay, so it works for black people and white people. These kids is graduating early. I wish somebody would have done that for me. Why did I sit my ass in school till 18 while the bad kids got to go home, get homeschooled? When they get in trouble because they be acting an ass, what they do? Send them home. They are terrorizing the streets by lunchtime. Them the main kids need to be babysat. Got time for these bougie bitches on the internet, ain't been through nothing, always looking for somebody to argue with and always trying to sound harsh. She's a clown. Bitch, stop talking. You said you was going to let it go. Cut it out. Because I'm all with the ignorance. On today. Okay, well, I was on the first part like it was live. I missed everything. I'm so sorry, Jay. They messed with my audio and I had to start over. So I apologize. All of a sudden, it got gurgled up. You know how YouTube be doing. You know how they do. Telly said, when you ask about policies, these people look confused and sad. The part is they have kids like generational stupidity. It is generational stupidity. And they like it because it's comfortable. It is comfortable. Now, I told y'all my daddy said somebody called him talking about something I said on the internet. I am grown. What am I do? Get a whooping? I am grown and married with a child and damn near got a doctorate. What is calling my daddy gonna do? Oh, you heard about Diana Ross? Yeah, my grandma's a riot, okay? Terry said it's easier to be ignorant. It is. Louis talking about kilts, and I feel like I missed something because I don't know what you're talking about. It burns me when people say things, and when people in my community say things about Trump that's not accurate, calling him Satan, Agent Orange. Like, come on with one fact. I just asked for one. They have no facts. They have none. John said 17-year-olds telling their elders what to do. Meanwhile, it was one of their own drugged up classmates that shot them all. Exactly. Kiki, right on. We are the first cause for our children. I have endured much hate for advocating for my children, but I don't give a fuck. You know what? You got to fight. I realized that before I left the hospital. I said, oh, this is going to be a fight. This is a fight when you have a child because the state believes they own your baby. So they can turn them into a little machine and program them to do whatever they want them to do. King Sir said, my mom told me since I'm doing better than my siblings, she is giving them most of her life insurance and I'm the oldest. See, no, she's wrong. She's wrong. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but your mama wrong. The oldest. The person who fetch me a bottle, bring me a diaper, watch your brother, take them to school, do this, do that. You leave it to the responsible one, and then you can dole it out to them as needed if you feel like it depends on how they treat you. Because in my opinion, parents are quick to make the oldest child be responsible for the younger ones, but then they don't enforce the younger ones to be respectful. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. Because my sister tried my whole entire existence. And I feel like my parents, now we're grown, so they don't have to get involved. But I mean, come on now, when do these people not get involved? Instead of them just telling her ass that she wrong, no. They sit there and they do that, y'all stop. You guys, it's not a you guys. The bitch is disrespectful. It's not y'all, it's her. You know what I'm saying? You remind her ass all the sacrifices I made for her. Remind her ass. Nope. What they do, because my parents are narcissists though, so that's a whole other topic. Y'all already know. But when you're dealing with narcissists, all the way down till after death, they are going to cause enmity between siblings. They're always going to have a golden child. There's always going to be a scapegoat. They're always going to play them games. They can't control it. They can't help themselves, you know. And it's sad. It really is sad. But if we're beefing, then they know that she has to come to them, which is what they want is to be needed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a sick little game, and they know everybody knows what I'm gonna do. Which is cut my phone off and mind my business. I'm not finna chase you down. I'm not finna beg you for no apology. I'm not finna kiss your ass. And don't call me, don't ask me for shit. And I don't care if it's your birthday, my birthday, Christmas, New Year's, none of that. Until you get your mind right and you can say, I'm sorry for being a spoiled brat and doing X, Y, and tell me what you did so I can understand that you know what you did wrong. Until you can know how to apologize like a grown-up, then I ain't fucking with you. Because I don't need people taking me to that level while I'm just angry and about to, I got steam coming out of my ears. I should go on ahead and tell y'all the story. I've been trying not to tell y'all because it's my sister, but she lost her mind. She lost her mind. Being hella petty. Knowing I don't care. Gilbert said, see, I learned something in public school history class. Granted, it was AP history. See, I took AP government. I didn't take AP US history, but I did take AP government. Niggas get on my nerve complaining like they got another fucking country to go to. This country you got, so let's try to fix it. Kids are being raised to be wimps and much have low self-esteem. Oh, I know it. I had this one lady come in my office and say, we just moved and we only been here for a month. And now my daughter thinks she a boy and she don't want to wear girls' clothes. And I'm trying to tell her she need to wear these girl clothes that I bought her. And I don't know where she getting these baggy jeans from and all of this. And I understand if she thinks she gonna want to be a lesbian, I guess that's her choice. She could do that. But while she in my house, I want her to dress. And I had to say, ma'am, although I agree with you, it's illegal for me to ungay your child or help her live according to the gender that she was actually born with. That's on her birth certificate. And like common sense, I can't do that. It's illegal. It's against the law. It's illegal for me to, in any way, shape, or form, try to ungay your child. So, I commend you, for coming to seek a therapist. But the fact is, nobody can help you. Nobody can help you if they want to keep their job. Shit, she said, oh, well, then I'm going to just come up here then, because maybe I'm the one that need the therapy because these kids is driving me crazy. I miss her too. She was so funny. I don't get why the government's trying so hard to take away our rights and will fight to defend ourselves physically and mentally. It will fire back on them. And I don't even really believe it's the government. It's this deep state we got going on, this shadow government, these globalists that want to destroy it. America is a series of paperworks and articles and shit. America is not a person. There's been plenty of public figures and politicians that have come and gone off this planet who have all had their own individual. People are self-serving and selfish. It happens. That's why this constitution is crafted the way it is. And if I'm talking to a constitutionalist or somebody who even has some kind of working knowledge and understanding of that, then maybe I'm more open to listening to what we need to change. But coming at it from a strictly emotional standpoint, let's take away Second Amendment rights because somebody who ain't watching their irresponsible ass kids is out here doing something, and then the parents have every excuse as to why they can't rectify that. Which one is it? Y'all unemployed or you got jobs? Which one is it? Because you're unemployed and the president ain't doing shit. The minute he said black unemployment was the highest it's ever been, you said, no, we don't have no jobs. But then I tell you to homeschool and you tell me you can't because you got to go to work. Which one is it? Shit. Which one is it? Private school is an alternative. Looking at the neighborhood is an alternative. It does make a difference where your kids are going to school and what else is going on in that neighborhood. Ain't no way in hell the other parents, if this situation with Nicholas Cruz is true, I don't believe none of it, but just going off the official narrative, let's just hypothetically say any of this shit is true, okay? Where was y'all antennas? Why aren't you pressing the school to do something about it? And that's the kind of stuff I used to get on them about when I was in high school. I would go march right in. I remember when they said, if you're late to school, you have to go to this detention room and pick up a slip and all this shit. The line would be wrapped around. You marching into your class 20 minutes late. I said, I'm not finna do this. I marched right into the principal's office. He was on the phone. I waited. Whose idea was it to have us be late to our first period class because of what? When you all know that we get rides to school. I'm coming all the way here from LA. If I'm 20 minutes late, I'm 20 minutes late, and I'm going to class. I will not be picking up any trash. I will not be doing no detention. I will not be going to no little room. I will not be waiting on a little slip. I will not be doing any of those things. Miss Green, you always barging in here because y'all just come up with stuff just to make yourselves feel important when you're not doing anything to rectify the problem. Call my daddy. Call him. Call my daddy, and you tell my daddy why you want me to miss class for 20 minutes. You tell him that. Child, every time I told them people call my daddy, they didn't want to call my daddy. Miss Green, you're late. You need to pick up trash. Ain't that what you hired them janitors for? I'm not picking up anything. I am not a trash collector. If my teacher wants to dock me, then that's between me and the teacher. I'm not picking up no trash. Miss Green, you're being defiant. Call my daddy. Call my daddy. Tell my daddy why you want me to pick up trash. Call him. They never wanted to call my daddy. Every time my daddy came to that school, I called them. Come up here because they tripping. Because they think they ain't got to listen when I tell them the teacher can't speak no English and I need another math class because I'm finna go to college and I ain't got time for this. Now they think I'm playing. So come up here and tell them what I said. Shit. You gotta be proactive in these schools. These administrators, they just people, and some of them are irresponsible. Some of them care, and some of them don't. And the ones who don't care, they got a headache because it's hard to get anything done. And see, that was my issue a lot, you know? For getting random, yeah, I had them, child, my cramps used to be off the chain. When I missed school, everybody knew where I was. It was like, she'll be back in 2 days. Sadly, one of the first efforts in the nation to impose gun control was after the Civil War. Democrats wanted to prevent newly freed slaves from arming themselves. We know, Joseph. Everybody in here knows that. Now, why these Negroes on my Facebook don't know, I don't know. I don't know. But my whole thing is, if you don't know that, it's only because you didn't make the effort to look it up. So that means you didn't make the effort. You know why? Because you didn't care. So if you didn't care, then why are you pretending to care on social media? Stop pretending to care. Turkey lowered the age of consent to 12 years old in 2016. China just abolished term limits. President for life. See, but here we are complaining in this country. Somebody was like, why we got the 3 branches of government? Why the president just can't? And there's a pro-Trump person irritated, like, oh, I wish Trump just could do whatever he wanted. No, we got 3 branches of government because every time there's a president situation set up with no checks and balances, the person gets elected and says, I ain't never going nowhere. And when something happened to me, my child gonna be the president forever. That's what's going on in Syria. Atticus says it's kind of weird how it seems to happen at the same time in countries around the world overnight. Yeah, because it's a globalist. We know we know that there is a plot, you know, one world. I don't know, the Illuminati. I don't know who Voldemort is. I figured out Hillary Clinton is Bellatrix, but I don't know who the Voldemort is exactly. Terry said, I went to church with all my teachers. So the teacher waited till the Sabbath to tell my parents so they have permission to get onto as the felt beast. Also, they have permission to get onto as the felt best. Even at a young age, I was held accountable. I feel like I missed something. Bring etiquette back. Yeah, for real. There should be some special privileges given to young girls. Everyone seems to get special privileges. But what are the feminists marching for? They not marching so we could get 2 days off of cramps. They ain't marching so I can get paid first trimester sick leave. Okay, you ain't marching so I can leave school early to go down to this schoolhouse real quick and find out what the hell is going on. John Smith said the Rothschilds was Voldemort. That's what we were saying earlier. And so everybody voted for the Rothschilds. Kind of look like them too, huh? Oh my goodness. What was the other little creatures? Not the oh, them little gnome looking things. The ones that had the bankers. What's up, half of it? Why is my memory so bad this morning? I need to go to sleep. I can't think. I need a Red Bull. Feminism is financed by the CIA. It's a eugenics program. Clearly, because that's all they do is kill babies and take guns away from other people who defend people from killing babies. The government has undergone a coup. The globalists took over. Read Powell memo. Okay, I will. That would be wonderful. Paid leave for menstrual cycles. I don't even care if it's paid. Just don't ask me for no doctor's note. I don't need to go to the doctor. I don't have an illness. Okay. But what I do have is temporary insanity, and I can't deal with y'all bullshit and these cramps because somebody is liable to get hurt unless I'm on strong medication, and then I can't perform my duties anyway. So let me stay home, and when I come back, don't be over here talking about where's your doctor's note. This is not high school, and I'm not going to the damn doctor over no cramps to sit in the emergency room to catch something for real. Stop. My friend and I had to pick up trash when we were late. Voldemort, Flight of Death. Is that what that means? I just watched Harry Potter this weekend for the first time, y'all, so you got to bear with me. My husband made me sit here and watch them all because he just kept making Harry Potter references, and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, and he just couldn't take it no more. And I actually enjoyed it. I said, oh, I guess I missed it. I missed this whole little wave. I know all these little kids was the end of the witchcraft after that movie. Feminism was started with Rockefeller witch, anti-woman, Abby. Mm-hmm. I'm at work trying to listen to you in the break room. I agree with you on talking. Oh, I don't pay days off for cramps. This endometriosis is killing me. Oh, man, that sucks. And it's like, it's not the same as having the cold or, you know. Shut up, time. I'm not finna play with you. Yeah, women have different reproductive issues, and it's like it's beyond our control, and boys and girls are okay, brace yourself. Boys and girls are not the same. You know, boys and girls aren't the same. And so if we're really going to be feminist here, then why don't we fight for those differences? Well, I've seen pregnant women, like this one girl, they wouldn't even let her take a break. Hold on, let's call my friends. One of my boys from college on vacation posting these exotical pictures all weekend. I said, you calling a rub it in? I believe them bitches leaving them long ass paragraph. The boys and girls are not the same. So how about we talk about that? You know what I mean? Nasu said, we need to put this together. We need white women on our side, though. Somebody got to show up, okay, at the feminist meeting and ask them if they want to talk about something else. let's talk about financial aid. I mean, not financial aid. Somebody throwing me off. Let's talk about these vaccines that affects our children. Like, I only want to talk about stuff that affects children and reproduction. That's your reproduction, right? They care so much about reproductive rights. Okay, well, my uterus is required for reproductive rights is not the right to kill the reproduction. That ain't reproduction rights. Like, they just play all these damn word games, and it's hella irritating. He talking about, I need you to call my bank. They must have froze your account. Remember, your biology is a social construct. Right. And them damn death cramps just be all in our head. But it's black babies being aborted, so they don't care. Exactly. Jay said, men have penises, girls have vaginas. That was from Kindergarten Cop, right? You couldn't even say that in a movie these days. I'm going to find that. That's going up on my Instagram today. Public service announcement. Boys have penises and girls have vaginas. Thank you, management. What's up with the pool party in Vegas? Man, y'all got to come through. We could pick a day and I'll put everybody on the list at the Palms or something. Oh, God. I'm trying to get like you, homegirl. Listen, I can see the palms from my balcony, okay? I moved here on vacation. Your little one napping. Don't hear her giggling in the background. Nah, yeah, she passed out. She gonna miss her little class too. I don't think she gonna want to get up and go. Mommy, you wanna go to class? You wanna go mommy and me class? And play puppets? Come on, baby. Wake up. You get ready for class? In class? You don't want to go to school? No? Come on. You want to go to class? You want to go to class? No. She is not in the mood. Come on, you always have fun. You have fun when you go to class. You want to go? Your teacher gonna miss you. You the life of the party. You get all the other kids dancing. She ain't trying to hear nothing I'm talking about. Stop taking my money to fund things I don't agree with. Exactly. What was I saying? Yeah, I moved to Vegas when the year I turned 30 because I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna get the party, but I'm gonna get it in. Men got plugs and women got sockets. Hey, that's what my dad used to say. You got the input and you got the output. You got screws and you got nuts. Now you can't screw no nut into another nut. You got to screw a screw into a nut. Two screws don't go together. Okay, Dad, we get it. We get it. I don't know what he told my little brother. He told my little brother something so gaffer. My little brother came home from school, talking about the little boy at class was gay. He got in trouble because he asked the boy, "Are you gay?" Because everybody said that you're gay. And I just want to know if you're gay because if you're gay, I don't want to play with you. And then he got in trouble and they called home from school. They called the school home and everything, right? So I don't know what my dad told him, but my daddy was like, I told him what gay people do. Shit. That little boy looked like he had seen a ghost. Come here, son. Let me tell you what gay people do. Tell you what, Daddy. Do you even know what gay is? Not really. My dad's do inappropriate talks. You'll be traumatized and grown real quick. Come here, boy. Let me tell you what gay people do. You gotta like all them bodily fluids mixed into one. Daddy, you told that boy that? I sure did. Said, if you don't cut it out. And then my daddy said, now, son, I'm going to tell you right now. If you grow up and be gay, your daddy's still going to love you. I'm always going to be your father, okay? You want to walk around here in pastel colors, switching this shit, go right ahead. Go ahead. I'm still going to love you. I'm always going to be your father. But I'm going to tease your ass. I'm going to tease you, and my boys is going to tease you. We going to tease you. We're going to tease you now. Placenta is cake, bun in Latin, because you consume the birthday placenta on your yearly anniversary honoring your original afterbirth. No way. No, you don't. Where do you keep your placenta? I love the dad tone of voice. You know, you can like really hear your parents in your head. John said, you ever wonder why it's so easy to get any kind of porn at will on the internet? Any kind of porn. Any kind of porn. I mean, the porn is funding the internet, so I'm not surprised they dragged them. And then what? Oh, God, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Whatever happened to taking a daily vitamin? Whatever happened to having one of them multivitamin A to zinc, okay? I don't need to be that healthy. All right, y'all. One of my BFFs from college is stuck in the Philippines. He ain't married and he don't have no kids. He just go on vacations all the time. So, and then he goes by himself because can't nobody else go to the Philippines for 2 weeks, okay? Now his ass is in the Philippines and they're declining his card. And he can't get the bank on the phone. So he asked me to call them people for him. I think porn is made to degenerate Western society. Oh, it is. Atticus said, when I was a kid, I had to find them in someone's dead room under a bed or Sears catalog. That's what I'm saying, Atticus. Now you go on Instagram and Amber Rose literally has her literal vagina on the internet. Literal vagina on the internet. Literal. Why is your vagina on the internet? And then don't want nobody to call her out of her name. You don't want no respect. Last week she was mad because they was calling her son gay supposedly for liking Katy Perry. Girl, who called your son gay for liking Katy Perry? 2 people, 3 people? And now you want to throw it, make it a big public service announcement. And whoever would call a little boy gay, bitch, get out of here. I don't want to hear you asking for respect for you and your child. You post your vagina on the same Instagram page that you post your child. So clearly you don't care about you or your child receiving any respect, bitch. Okay. So I don't give a damn who make fun of your baby because it's your fault. It's your responsibility, once again, to protect your child. You know you a hoe. You know you a slut. Them your words. So why would somebody who is a slut and a hoe post their child on the same page for public consumption and then have the nerve to flip out and get all emotional because somebody may have insinuated that he was gay and then try to blow it up and act like everybody said that about your son. Bitch, everybody is not thinking about you or your son. But maybe he wouldn't be loving some damn Taylor Swift if his daddy was a little bit more masculine him damn self instead of, Wiz Khalifa is like a spoiled little skater boy himself, okay? Maybe if your daddy was a little bit more masculine, he could pass some down to his child. I'll come back on here later, Terry. I got to go too, so I can help my friend get out of the damn Philippines. Your birthday cake. Oh, that's so. Oh, God, I'm never going to eat birthday cake again. Was America the country that decided that we should eat Sam's Club Walmart cake instead of placenta? Because if so, that is another point for the USA. All right, y'all. I'm going to have to holler at you guys later. So I can get this to help my friend out. All right, but I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Oh, we definitely gonna have to come back on here later after this, see what's going on with this Queen's Court madness tonight, the Queen's Supreme Court, and then Kaya's supposed to be live at some lounge, okay? So we definitely gonna have to reconvene. All right, y'all, peace.